We're live, people. We're live. Welcome to another In Motion Football live stream. My name is Alam, and today I'm joining a game. 5 minutes into the game, we got the Lions on the first drive of the game in a goal-to-go situation. Um, 5 for 5 so far for Goff. He's off to a hot start. And if any of you guys were here yesterday for the live stream, you know that I think this was going to be a shootout. I think neither defense is going to have a lot of success today. And the first drive is living up to it. We got second and goal from the half-yard line coming up. But yeah, it looks like it's only taking Detroit 5 minutes to get all the way down the field. And I think it's only more of that to come. So stay tuned, people. We're going to talk about the games tomorrow. We're going to talk about the game today that happened earlier. We're going to talk about some of the coaching drama that is brewing in the league. But yeah, shout out to everybody watching live. Shout out to everybody who's going to catch this on replay after the fact. I appreciate you, however you're supporting this. And if you appreciate what we do here and want to further support, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Those are two forms of engagement that are very important for the growth of a YouTube channel. Detroit just scored a touchdown. 10 plays, 75 yards, 5.5 minutes. That's pretty typical for how this offense looks when it's humming. I see that Laporta is playing. I think they probably pumped him with as much Toradol as one could probably take. And that's how he's here, because from all indications, from all the doctors and whatnot that talk about this type of stuff in sports, he would be going through it, and he would have to tough it out quite a bit to make it. And he's here. So that's great for them. I got the scoreboard up here for the people watching this on replay who want to catch which part of the game I'm at. But yeah. David Montgomery, goal line touchdowns. Pretty simple formula for Detroit when they get into these situations. But yeah, I guess while the game's not happening, we can talk about the game that happened earlier today. So my thoughts on that game prior to it happening were pretty simple. I thought that Green Bay was going to be a lot more competitive than people thought. But my idea of that was that they would cover. Cowboys were favorites by 7 or 7.5, depending on where you got the game. And truthfully, I thought that they would lose by maybe 3 or 4 points. That was my expectation. And that did not happen. They ran it up to 48 points. I think it was 48 to 18 at some point. No, 48 to 16. They ran up a 32-point lead in Jerry World in the playoffs. So that's not the way I expected that game to go. I think it speaks to a larger issue in Dallas, because the thing is we can say, McCarthy failed, and he did. We can say Dan Quinn failed, and he did. And we can say Dak failed, and all the players on the field failed, and they did. But the repetitive failure of the same kind, at some point you have to look past the players, and I don't think I'm saying anything groundbreaking or revolutionary, but this is the Jerry Jones thing. This is what the teams that he constructs do. And look, it's like the day of reckoning is guaranteed. And when it comes to Dallas, you just always know that's the case. I've harped on it on this channel quite a bit. The Cowboys have had some very good moments this regular season. And me being an Eagles fan, I definitely don't want Dallas to do well. But that being said, you would have never seen me look stressed at all on this channel when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. Because I've seen it happen too many times. Again, I know that day is coming, and it came today. Dallas has now been to the playoffs 13 times in a row without making it to the conference championship. That is the all-time NFL record. It was 12 before. That was a record, and now they've extended the record. And it is what it is. So I just want people to be a bit more savvy as fans next year and the year after. And as long as Jerry Jones is the one, or even his son, Stephen Jones, as long as the Joneses play as big of a role in the football operations of that franchise as they do, this is just what we should expect, right? A soft underbelly. This is the first 2 seed to lose in Wildcard Weekend. 2 seeds typically never used to play in Wildcard Weekend. They started playing a few years ago when they expanded to 7 teams and 3 wildcard spots. They are the first 2 teams in the history of the world to lose during Wildcard Weekend. And yeah, couldn't have happened to a nicer bunch. But now that that's over, honestly, you have to look at the Cowboys offseason and think they have an opportunity to do a lot of change. And if anything, like that's from an Eagles fan standpoint, that's the stuff, that's the thing you have to look at and hope that that goes a certain way. You got to hope that Jerry Jones insists on finding a coach that will fit within the Jones system, because that's what Jerry Jones does. He's not he's not interested in giving a coach the keys to the franchise and really letting them cook. I don't really think they could make a play for a guy like Belichick, because I don't think Belichick would ever want to be in that kind of a system, nor would Mike Vrabel. So I don't have to, like, that's my concern. Is he finally going to wise up and say, you know what, Belichick or Vrabel, take the keys. I'm going to take the back seat. I don't think he will. So, but that's something to watch. We got to make sure it happens again. And then Dak Prescott, 1 year left on his deal after this year. Teams tend not to have quarterbacks go into like lame duck seasons. So Dak's probably either going to get traded or an extension. So that's another big thing that's going to happen that I have to see. So pretty big opportunities for the Cowboys to make substantial pivots as a franchise. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Puka Nacua on 2nd and 5 gets 4 yards. We're in 3rd and 1. But yeah, so imagine this, right? There's a possibility every division winner could lose in the NFC wildcard games, and every division winner could win in the AFC wildcard games, which would just be a very, very, very strange way of working things out. But that's very possible. And I kind of think it's likely. Now, mind you, I have my pick is the Rams and the Bills, and truthfully, like, my pick is the Eagles, but I really kind of feel like the Bucs are gonna win, like deep down. And I think the thing that's stopping me is the fact that Baker Mayfield is hurt too. If Baker Mayfield was healthy, I'd probably pick the Bucs, but I'm picking the Eagles just because I know Baker's gonna be impacted too. And honestly, I think the Bucs look pretty trash against the Panthers. Now, mind you, the Eagles have looked pretty trash for a long time now, but the Bucs definitely, like, they had some things going, I think, towards the end of the year, and then it was the game against Carolina where I kind of just lost faith. But yeah, between the injury and how they played against Carolina, I got the Eagles winning, and that could set up the Eagles, the 5 seed, as the team who's going to have home games from that point onwards versus everybody but San Francisco, which is the reality that they would have been in had they been the 2 seed. It's just about whether you have to beat Green Bay at home or Tampa on the road. And there's an avenue, especially after seeing today, like there's a realistic possibility that Tampa on the road is easier than Green Bay at home. So what a strange way of working things working out for the Eagles. With that being said, I still don't believe in the team enough for me to think that that's going to result in anything. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that team. But yeah, on to what's going on in this game. 3rd and 1, the play action, is going to set the receivers up to be in a good spot down the field. And obviously Detroit's coverage guys, they fail routinely. So that hold on Puka Nacua, you should expect more of that. Kyron Williams up the middle. So it took Detroit 5 minutes to go down the field and score their first touchdown. 3 minutes later, the Rams are already in Detroit territory. Like I said, people expect a shootout in this matchup. I don't think either coverage units can deal with the weapons that both teams have. Yeah, I don't have the audio on for this game, obviously, but anybody that does, let me know how the crowd sounds, because I feel like for Detroit to get their what a throw by Stafford, for Detroit to get their first home game ever in the stadium about 30 years. This stadium's been around for about 25 years, so first 25 years no playoff game, and then for your first playoff game to be against a fan favorite in Detroit, which was Stafford. The arm angle on that throw is ridiculous. No legs, no core, all arm, sidearm, and it was a dime too. It's only a 6-yard play, but that's a hell of a throw. Stafford, wide receiver screen to Nacua. The blocking is set up. Nacua just casually casually walks into 20 yards. Casually walks into 20 yards. Yeah, I think that's a very funny place for the stream to freeze, but that'll fix itself in a matter of moments, people. But yeah, man, great play calling so far, both teams, Detroit and LA. You're watching two play calling wizards go back and forth between Ben Johnson and Sean McVay. I think Goff was 5 for 5. Stafford's 4 for 4 on the first drive. Handoff up the middle. Kyron Williams for 3 yards. Joel, you're not kidding, man. You're not kidding. I did not expect that to go like that. And frankly, like, with the way the Eagles games have been not fun to watch for like the last 6 weeks, definitely needed the pick me up. What did they call here? Kendall Vildor is playing. Oh, Joseph just got fed up with Skoranek. You gotta hold your cool there, though. You can't have that happen. Well, first and goal. If they score here, it'll also be a 5-minute drive. Oh, Cup didn't know it was coming. The play worked. The scheme opened up a. Actually, to be honest, I gotta see the replay on this. Because I don't think the throw needed to be that deep into the end zone. If it's further towards the sideline, it probably makes more sense with the route that Cup was running. Also, somebody messed up there. That play schemed up a touchdown. The players just didn't execute. No, third and goal. It looks like the receivers ran routes into each other's space. More poor execution in the red zone. Stafford looking left, ball's batted and almost picked off. So the Rams got real sloppy once they got in goal-to-goal situations. That first play to Cup, that probably should have been a touchdown. It was just bad execution. The second play, I'm not going to say it should have been a touchdown or not, but Cup just ran into his own receiver. And then Detroit, dial up a blitz down the middle on third down. Stafford tries to throw into where the blitz is coming from. The ball gets batted. So, look, in a shootout like this, to get all the way down to the 4 or 5 yard line and to not score a touchdown, it's a good start for Detroit. No, AJ Brown's not playing. The question is Devontae Smith playing? But AJ is definitely not playing. Can you imagine if Smith isn't playing either? Well, it will be ugly. It will be ugly. We have to watch Quez Watkins and Julio Jones. Man, who'd have thought? Quez Watkins and Julio Jones. So Olamide Zaccheaus. Honestly, you know what it is, Joel? Like, this game needs to become like late 2021 Eagles. They need to run the ball like 35 times. The passing game will not be there. Please, no wide receiver screens. No quarterback draws. read options I'm okay with. Just run the ball. Brother, in 2024, 2023 would have been enough emphasis, but 2024 just puts it above and beyond. Julio Jones. Bro, we didn't even get to enjoy the fact that he had a 2-touchdown game at some point against the Cardinals. They ruined that game. We couldn't even enjoy the fact that he gave us a throwback game. Well, that guy did not used to score touchdowns on the Falcons. How many 2-touchdown games did he have as a Falcon? Not that many. But yeah, shout out to everybody watching, man. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Coaching stuff. What did we learn? Okay, so the Cowboys job is probably going to open up. Again, we'll have to see who the candidates are for that. I think the thing is, based on what they're looking for, I think Ben Johnson would make sense, because I don't think Ben Johnson has enough clout in the game to be necessarily fussed by having to fit within the structure. But also, like, Ben Johnson, whoever they go with at the quarterback position next year, Ben Johnson is well positioned to get the absolute best out of them. You look at what he's done with Goff, whether they play Trey Lance or whether they bring somebody else in, that's probably the guy that makes, or Bobby Slowick. But I'm pretty certain that Bobby Slowick is going to Tennessee. But I think those are the kind of coaches that make sense for them. I already talked about Bobby Slowick to Tennessee making sense. The Chargers are the big wild card. I have no idea who the Chargers, like, I don't know what direction they're going to go, right? Because if you look at their roster, they actually could go both directions. They could go and try to win right now and kind of focus on that part of their roster, or they could blow it up and build for like a couple years down the road. But until we find out what path they want to go down, it's hard to project like what a coach makes sense for them. Atlanta, I think if you're Atlanta, you have to go with an offensive coach at this point, because you've invested so much draft capital and weapons that just the way organizations tend to think about these things, if you've invested so much in your offensive weapons, like it's to your detriment if you're not getting the best out of them. So I think they have to go offensive coach, which is why the Belichick stuff is funny to me. Like, I don't quite, it's just that fit just doesn't seem right to me, Belichick and the Falcons. So I don't know why the hype is building over that one. But who else? Oh, the fact that the Raiders haven't hired Antonio Pierce already is crazy. That is mind-boggling. Thank God we didn't get the second seed. Oh, Joel, I was saying this earlier, I think before you got here, right? Let's say the Rams win this game, and let's say the Eagles win tomorrow, right? So the Eagles will put themselves where they're the number 2 seed left, which is actually no different than being the 2 seed and winning this weekend. But the main difference would have been, do you want to beat Tampa on the road or do you want to beat Green Bay at home? And I think what we learned today is that beating Green Bay at home probably would have been a more difficult thing. So oddly, but here's the thing: it really doesn't matter, because the Eagles team, I don't think is playing good at all. So like the faith isn't there. But that being said, like they lucked into having potentially an easier route to being the 2 seed in the divisional round. You know, at least the Buccaneers won't blow us out. That's true. That's true. Especially with Baker being hurt. Yeah, I don't think they have a blowout in them. It's good, Leon. You've been watching football today. What do you think? What do you think will happen? Also, Leon, I've been meaning to ask, has there been any hype? Oh, Jahmyr Gibbs in space. Has there been any hype about who the offensive coordinator is going to be for the Patriots? Because I've been meaning to get that information. I think it'll say a lot about what they do at number 3 overall. Laporta in motion. Toss to Gibbs. Gibbs cuts it back. Gets 3 yards. And there's a flag that looks like it's in the area of holding. Yep. That'll bring the Lions 10 yards backwards. I have a false sense of optimism, but I know for a fact Brian Johnson won't utilize the run game tomorrow. You know what it is, right? The only reason I have any optimism is the thing in sports about how sometimes when things don't make sense, they happen. Like that's the only thing I'm holding on to. There's nothing actually that I've seen on a football field that gives me any level of optimism for the playoffs. It's just the fact that in the sports, weird things happen. Big play to Josh Reynolds, about 35 yards on 1st and 20. Lions offense is humming, people. But yeah, so like that's what and also the fact that like in 2017, there was no optimism going into the playoffs. And funnily enough, they actually played bad in their first game. That game against Atlanta, they actually played bad. Bro, if that interception doesn't go off Keanu Neal's knee into Torrey Smith's hands, like the whole thing doesn't happen in 2017. So it's just like literally that's the only optimism is not rooted in anything the team is doing. It's just what sports tends to be. Touchdown Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs. That's a hell of a running back right there. 14-3. Lions have so their first drive took 5.5 minutes. Their second drive took 2 minutes and 55 seconds. They are casually walking down the football field, making it look easy. Like I said, that Rams field goal that they settled for at the 5-yard line, that's big. In a game like this, in a game like this, it's going to be a shootout. Your defense is going to struggle against the Lions. You can't be kicking field goals from there. Crazy that a first-year starting QB and a bunch of kids steamroll the Cowboys. Yes, that's like, man, definitely I got a lot of the Packers stuff wrong before the year. The one thing I got right about that team is that they were going to get better as the year went on. That's the only thing I got right about the Packers. Man, that's just like, to me, that's an easy thing to call because they're so young as a team. Like, of course, they would start slow and get better as the year goes on. But, man, like, Jordan Love actually has arm talent. Like, that can't be taken away from him. Maybe there are inconsistencies, sure, but there is ability there. I've heard that Josh McDaniels is coming back. Damn. Okay. What is McDaniels' history for quarterbacks outside of Brady? In Denver, it was Kyle Orton because they traded away Cutler, I think. In Las Vegas, it was Garoppolo and Aiden O'Connell. Oh, he's not taking McDaniel. Like, McDaniels is not taking Jaden McDaniel. Huh. Who is maybe Michael Penix is the Josh McDaniels quarterback in this draft? Because it's not McCarthy, it's not Bo Nix, it's not McDaniel. Who am I missing? No, that's it. Maybe it's Penix, but I don't know. Yeah, of course. Rather have a fresh OC. I'd rather they should give somebody new a shot because they're in a position to do so, right? When you're at the beginning stages of a project as a team, you should use the fact that the pressure's off to give somebody a shot. Like what the Eagles did with Brian Johnson, right? I think we're too far into the cycle of building a team to give a guy who has no experience a shot. Like, I think hiring Brian Johnson is a thing that like the Patriots do, like in this, or a team in the Patriots position should be doing. That's when you call for a young prospect that is deemed to have a lot of potential and you give him an opportunity to run an offense. But yeah, I think they can afford to give somebody a shot, see what happens. And then if it doesn't work, you can call for somebody experienced next year. We only won that Falcons game because of Corey Clement. Corey Clement is a funny figure in Eagles history because for a guy who had such a, I guess you could say, short career, actually played such a huge role in the Super Bowl run. He's a good OC, but I would want a fresh one. Yeah, I just think like we just don't need to rehash McDaniels. I'm kind of over it. And then also the thing is like he was a good OC in New England, and that's a difficult thing to like judge because you have Brady. Like, has he been a good OC outside of New England? I actually don't remember too much about the Broncos offenses, but I think they were good. Like, nothing special, but they were good. And then the Raiders offenses, like, I don't think he got the absolute most out of the pieces that they had. So, yeah, I don't know. So give somebody new a chance. Oh, Stafford just fumbled. He just not fumbled, but he just slipped and fell on his ass out of nowhere. Newton and Jones rookie year. I actually forget that offense completely. I'm not going to lie. Eric Bieniemy might take over the commander spot. I heard about that. I feel like that would be a good hire for them. I feel like Magic Johnson and Josh Harris are going to want a splashier hire or like a splashier head coaching situation. But it's possible, I guess. Like, that definitely could be the case. But yeah, what was I going to say? It'd be interesting. That's actually something I'm not worried about the Commanders yet, but I'm kind of on edge about the position that they're in because they have I look at it like they have Drake May and they have the money to hire a good coach. We got 3rd and long for the Rams, 3rd and 16. Punting here, I feel like it would be kind of devastating because if Detroit gets this to 21-3, oh, what a play. Oh, what a dime. Bro, what a dime. Holy shit, Matt Stafford. Your team is down 11 points, but you've made 2 crazy throws so far. Yo, Joel, you know what it is? Because we have an offensive head coach, our offensive coordinator job actually isn't that appealing, right? So I don't actually think we could get a Bieniemy because he was basically like, even though our offensive coordinator is the play caller, that's the only thing about the job that's like worthwhile for Bieniemy to leave over. But even that, like, I don't think he would have joined Philly. I think for us, honestly, like the right move would be, and I know this is like, it's not the sexiest move, but like go get Jim Caldwell wherever he is. Jim Caldwell, like, I don't care what anyone says. That guy has always been able to coach, especially coach offenses. And they just disrespect him year in, year out. And that's why I think you could get him for a job like this. I don't think they're going to fire Sirianni unless they lose tomorrow. If we have to keep Sirianni, if that guy hires Frank Reich, I'm actually not even going to get excited for next year if they hire Frank Reich. Actually, that would be a good, like, that would be a thing. That would be a stream to actually go look at the NFL and think, who is the best offensive coordinator the Eagles could get that makes sense as somebody who's going to show up to not have command of an offense, but to be a play caller? Like, again, a guy like a Shane Steichen, it makes sense because that was a guy who needed to like still establish himself in the NFL and establish his resume. And he did, and he moved on, right? But like people who need to establish their resume, those are probably the guys we're going to get. Kellen Moore, maybe. Even though I'll be real, I'm not a fan. You know what would be crazy, though? You know what would be actually crazy? If Bill Belichick wants to take a year off and we give him the Fangio job, the role we gave Fangio, bro, that would be so sick. just casually you got Bill Belichick scouting your offense and telling Nick Sirianni like what he would do to stop it. To be honest, though, that's one thing I really like about Sirianni. At this point, there's not much I like about the guy, but I think the idea of paying coaches to exclusively scout the other side of the field and explain to him what they would do to stop it, um, I think that's a smart idea. Now, I don't think Patricia has helped at all because like our offense sucks this year. It looks like Fangio actually kind of helped, and I think actually the reason it made sense for Fangio to be in that role is because this is the era of Fangio defenses. Like a solid 12 defensive coordinators in the league all run variations of what Fangio does. So you're actually going up against those defenses a lot. Dime from Stafford. Oh, he rammed his hand into Ali McNeil's helmet. Damn, and the hand's wrapped up already. Oh, damn, this game is no suspense, man. This game might be curtains early. All right, let's see. Is his hand good? Because he's only handed the ball off after that play. Stafford drops back. Okay, the ball left his hand kind of weird, but it got to the destination. Catch by Puka Nacua to set up 3rd and short. Bro, this is the story of Stafford. Like, this happening in his return to Detroit is so funny. Because, like, that's what his career in Detroit was. The guy's hooping, but, like, getting hurt. Hooping, but hurting. That was the story of Matt Stafford in Detroit. But, yeah. That's what his return looks like. Stafford drops back, takes a shot. Puka's open. Oh, nah. Oh, my God. He made that look so easy. There were 2 defenders there. Puka Nacua on 3rd and 1. The shootout is alive. I was getting scared. The way things were going for the Rams. What a play. Bro, this game's going to be so good. I just hope both offenses keep it up because if one falters, the other one might blow this game open. Bro, I'm shook about a couple things. First of all, that's a hell of a play by Puka, right? Awesome play. Did a lot. We're about 36 minutes into the stream, and about 140 people have dropped by at some point, which is wild. Shout out to you guys. Again, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I think Cowboys Pack in the Air is a great title for a stream because it's going to draw attention. And that's what we're doing here, people. Again, the Eagles season has been depressing last 6 weeks or so. All Eagles fans needed a bit of a pick-me-up, and Green Bay gave that to us today. We get to smoke on that Cowboys pack. And yes, we need a Rams win. We need to be the 2 seed in the playoffs in the divisional round. That being said, bro, Joel, I know you're feeling happy feelings right now, and I know you're thinking happy thoughts, and I understand all those things, right? But, bro, imagine Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp going up against our secondary. All right, okay, no, I lied. Forget that. No, that's too depressing of a thought. Forget that. All right, anyways, being the 2 seed would be kind of dope. Like, I think we could run the ball against the Rams. I think we can run the ball against the Bucks. We can't push against the Bucks. Because Vita Vea is like the only entity known to man that can stop it. Like, that being said, like, we'll probably still be able to run the ball. That's what it is, bro. Joel, this is the thing. Jalen Hurts and DeAndre Swift just have to run for 200 yards a game and we can win games. Like, that's the thing I'm hoping maybe the injuries to the receivers do is they make us a running team again. Because that's our only hope. And then we have to hope that Baltimore somehow tricks off a game. We need Baltimore to trick off a game. We need San Fran. To cap. What has to happen to them? It has to be the same thing that happened last year. We need Brock Purdy to just into the wrong helmet, right? We need what's it called? We need because it happened to Bosa as well. A cleat flew into Bosa's shin or something and made him bleed. Something like that has to happen. Those kind of things have to happen to the Rams. Baltimore has to just somehow trick a game off. And bro, we might be cooking. We might be cooking. I agree, by the way. I agree. I'm all the way on this. The Lions would light us up, but Slay always plays like he's on steroids against them. Bro, I don't know what Slay, like, I don't know why that had to happen with Slay getting the surgery. But I hope he comes back and plays like old Slay. And I'll be real, I hope Bradbury doesn't play. Let Ringo play, bro. At least let him go through the fire and get reps and whatnot. Let's just do that. But you know what it is, Joel? I don't know if you remember this, but Jim Schwartz, when he was our defensive coordinator, he had a phrase he used to explain when it comes, or he had a phrase he used to use when it comes to young players and giving them opportunities, right? And he used to call it startup costs. So like the whole concept would be like, with young players, you need to play them during a period of time at the beginning of their career where they're just going to fuck up and they're going to make mistakes and they're going to learn from mistakes. And then like they eventually become the good players that they are after you pay the startup costs, which are just playing them through bad moments. I think the biggest mistake the Eagles made this year defensively is that we did not accept the startup costs for Sidney Brown and Keely Ringo at the beginning of the year. I think that needed to happen. I think those players needed to play a lot of football as early as possible. And look, we may have lost games, sure, but as we could see down the stretch, we needed them anyways, right? Like we needed to rely on Sidney Brown anyways. We needed to rely on Ringo anyways. You may as well have them at the end of the year. You may as well have paid the startup costs already. And unfortunately, it looks like we're doing that. We did that now with Sidney Brown. Obviously, he's out for the year, but we're doing that now for Ringo. Like, we need that guy. But it is what it is. It sucks. But we need that guy. Obviously, Avonte Maddox is back. It's been a while since he's played. He's probably going to need some time to knock the rust off. But, like, I'm not trying to see Bradbury play, man. Give me Slay, Ringo, Avonte Maddox. I don't know if Reed Blankenship's going to play. Oh, yeah. No, bro, Schwartz as a defensive coordinator is a legend for the fact that he won a Super Bowl. But the man gave up 500 passing yards in the Super Bowl. And the man's defense got cooked, like, semi-regularly. So, like, definitely, right? But the whole expression of startup costs, I like it. I think it's a good way of explaining what it is. Jared Goff, on 2nd and 5, throws about an 11-yard comeback to Jameson Williams. But I'm not. That play to Puka Nacua. I'm still hype off that. That was a hell of a play. 10 for 10 for Goff, 124 yards. This man is cooking today. Finally an incompletion. Can't hit Amon-Ra on an out. Oh, Kobe Turner is really good, by the way. People who didn't know, that defensive tackle, him and Aaron Donald is a solid duo. Goff looks to his left, gets... Oh, shit. Number 94 did not need to smack the receiver like that. He's lucky he's not going to get helmet. And I think for him, it's lucky that the other player was, like, swinging that guy around. Because, like, I guess that guy could say, like, hey, I wasn't trying to hit him in the helmet. I was just trying to hit him, and his head got swung into where I was trying to hit him. But, bro, receivers are not used to getting hit by defensive linemen. I'll tell you that much. Jared Goff drops back, looks left. Oh, Amon-Ra. Oh, first of all, the route was filthy. And okay, bigger than the route. The timing of the play was filthy because the second he breaks back towards the ball, it's already on its way. So that was cold. And then what he did to secure the catch, because to be honest, Witherspoon had great coverage. And then to break the tackle and then to make a man miss. Bro, what a play by Almonra. And I retract that. The route wasn't filthy. The timing of the whole play was. The route was ordinary. Oh my God, Gibbs. Oh, bro, the Lions would do so many numbers against the Eagles, man. So many numbers. Well, Ben Johnson against Matt Patricia. Oh my God, it would be Matt Patricia's return to Detroit. Bruh. It would be bad. But yeah, it is what it is, man. 1 week at a time. I can't believe the Cowboys season is over before the Eagles. I cannot believe that happened. 3 yards. LA goes offsides. First and 4. Interesting number. Goff, handoff to Montgomery, gets stuffed. Second and 5 coming up. He actually lost like half a yard there. Goff to Demo. Only gets a couple yards there. I think this is the kind of situation where the Lions tend to pull out some trickery. I think you'll probably see a 6th offensive lineman. Hopefully they report correctly, but you never know. Yeah, I think 3rd and 3 around inside the 5. That's when the Lions pull out something. They pull something out of the bag of tricks. Bro, they actually showed number 70. That's so funny. They showed the extra offensive lineman. It looks like they only have 5 on the field, a tight end, 3 receivers, and Demo, not Gibbs. They hand it to Montgomery, and he gets stuffed. And we are in a situation where, here's the thing, right? You think maybe you take the field goal because it makes it a 7-point game, but the way Detroit goes for it on 4th down, you almost have set a precedent where you can't pussy out now. You have to go for it here. And he's on. Number 70 is on the field. A 6th offensive lineman is on the field. They are signaling for the crowd to quiet down. All right. Did they show? I think he reported because he did this. So I don't know. Maybe that's reporting. I don't know. It doesn't look like he went to the ref. They immediately put trips to the right. 6 offensive linemen and Demo from the shotgun. Oh, shit. It was there still. Damn. They pulled out a tricky play. Like I said, Lions like trick plays in this situation. But it looks like what Goff was looking for, it wasn't there for like a good 2-3 seconds. Like, he didn't like whatever was supposed to be the first or second option. But he just managed to get it to Laporta at the end of the play because he was running his route damn near out of bounds by that point. Yeah, the other 2 routes are covered. Bro, that's Michael. They had an edge rusher on Laporta. That's criminal scheming. But to be honest, though, that might not be criminal scheming. That might be credit to Ben Johnson. Because if you look at how that play started, right? They lined up in like a goal line form, like a goal line personnel. And then they immediately got out of it into something that looked like it was trips on the right, a tight end, which was an offensive lineman, and a running back. So the Rams are ready for that goal line situation. They probably don't have the numbers to put 3 like actual linebackers, safeties, or corners to go out deal with the trips, right? So edge rusher has to go out there for Laporta, and that's the end of the play there. You got Laporta on an edge rusher, you have no chance. And evidently that's what happened. They had no chance. That guy was going to get open. It just took a matter of time, but he did. On a play like that, if you're the Rams, you got to get pressure on Goff there. You can't hold in coverage that long with the mismatches. The Rams probably should have called a timeout the second the Lions went into a bunch to the right, because you got to know personnel-wise, if our edge rusher has to go out there, we've lost this down already. Like timeout. We've lost this down already. But yeah, credit to Ben Johnson there, because let's say the Rams are actually in a good defensive personnel to deal with what we saw. They probably never go into that. They probably never go from what they were lined up at 2 trips to the right. They probably don't motion into that. They probably just run the play and run it up the middle. So you love to see a creative offense like that, where we basically have a personnel that can play 2 completely different kind of plays and line up in 2 completely different kind of formations. And you can actually just look at the defense and pick out which one is best. So you got to give Ben Johnson credit there. And again, like, you set a precedent with how aggressive you are. You got to follow through with it. You absolutely have to. And they did there. They went for 2. They went for the touchdown. They went for the 4th down. They got the touchdown. Again, you got to credit aggressive coaching when it's good, like when it works, and when the coaching is good while it's aggressive. And that's definitely the case with Detroit here. But yeah, all the credit in the world to them. Lion Nation, we winning. Let's go, Ahmed. Let's go. Hey, bro, you're out of all the people on Sarcasm City, I think your team is going the furthest, because like my team's probably going to crash out tomorrow. Murtaza's team didn't make it to the playoffs. Actually, no, I lied. Peter's team's going to win the Super Bowl. Never mind. Peter and Surfer, yeah, their team's going to win the Super Bowl. Damn, what if the Lions win? What if the Lions go to the Super Bowl? Actually, I can't lie. The Lions beating the Niners would be hella funny. Hella funny. Yeah, everybody in here, if you haven't already, man, make sure you go find Ahmed at the Bridge 258. Definitely follow him. Jeez, Stafford's hand. Jeez. Stafford finds a wide open Puka Nacua, who is not going down easily. Bro, what the hell? This guy's running like a tight end. Man, I'm telling you, the Rams needed to score a touchdown on that first drive. This game is going to be up and down the field. They needed to score a touchdown. What a game, though, man. What between the storylines and the offenses and the lack of defense, what a game. This makes up for a lot of the like football, because here's the thing, right? Of course, like the Packers game, like from an Eagles fan standpoint, like that was a good like result, but I actually didn't watch the game or like enjoyed the game itself. Like it was a shit game, right? Dolphins Chiefs, a shit game. Texans Browns, kind of a shit game. We've seen a lot of there hasn't been a good playoff game yet. And it's shaping up like this could be one. The thing is, the Rams defense has to get a stop at some point. It's almost like this has almost become like a tennis match where like, and I don't know how many like people here are like how informed you guys are about tennis, but basically it's like when somebody is up a couple of games in a set, like you just know as long as it goes even from that point onwards, it's already slanted towards one side. So it's going to go to like that person's going to win. So it's like, the game can't be even from that point onwards. The other tennis player has to make a play to get a break. In the football game like this, like if the game is even from this point onwards, the Lions win because they already got ahead, right? On both teams' first drives, there was a touchdown and a field goal scored. The Lions are already ahead. they're going to need to do something to create that advantage the rest of the way. And frankly, it just looks like the Lions offense has all the answers, and Ben Johnson has all the answers. And he's going to be a head coach for a reason, people. Oh, speaking of Ben Johnson and head coaching, right? The big story with him, obviously, is that he rejected the Panthers last year. So I got a question. Like, I wonder which coach is in a bag-chasing part of his career enough to step into that terrible Carolina situation. Ali McNeil's a baller, by the way, people. If you guys didn't know, he's solid. Stafford takes 5 yards on 2nd and 10 to Skoranek. Third and 5. Showing the Rams they only have 16 passing yards, rushing yards so far. That's not good. It looks like a light front from Detroit. Something in the middle of the field should be open. Oh Lord, Stafford takes a shot, and it's just looking for too much. Demarcus Robinson can't track the ball, and we're in 4th and 5. You got to go for it. LA's got to go for it here. See, already they're behind the 8 ball. Already they're behind the 8 ball. Let's go, Jared. Let's go. How about them damn Packers? How about them damn Packers? Well, 6 yards on an out to Cooper Kupp. They made it look easy. Wait, so Jared Brown, you are a Diamondbacks. Hold up. You were a Diamondbacks fan, a Cardinals fan, but you're a Celtics fan? So you're not a Suns fan. So what did the Suns do to you for you to not be a fan of theirs? He said, I'm all the fans. That's funny. Jared, you're a funny guy. But now, so what did the Suns do to not earn your fandom? First and 10, Stafford drops back. Lions bring pressure. Doesn't get to Stafford. Stafford almost throws a pick, but Tutu Atwell has it. And this man does a front flip into the end zone, bro. What is this game? What is this game? Every time the Rams look dead, they just score a 40-yard touchdown. I love it here. I love it here, bro. Points on every possession, but a touchdown on every possession but one. This is a hoop session. This is not a football game. This is a hoop session. Oh, born and raised in Boston, but you moved to Arizona. So here's my thing then, Jared. Born and raised in Boston, right? But Cardinals over Patriots? Diamondbacks over Red Sox? Interesting. Bro almost missed the extra point too. This is a hoop session. I'm so happy as a football fan right now. This is like watching a boxing match between two heavy hitters. Tutu Atwell. Guys, 410 total yards of offense, or yards of total offense in the first half so far. The Raiders are interviewing Leslie Frazier, but what is wrong with that team? Do you think your Eagles can beat the Bucs without AJ Brown? I think they can. I don't think they will. You know what it is, Jared? I would be picking the Bucs to win if Baker Mayfield wasn't hurt as well. Like, I think the fact that he's hurt as well is a bit of an equalizer. But I think aside from that, like, I really don't like the Eagles, like the way they're playing. Like, I don't really like their chances. But yeah, the fact that Baker's hurt might get us by. And apparently AJ Brown would play next week if we have a game. But the question is Devontae Smith playing? Because if we don't have Devontae or AJ, oh my God, Quez Watkins and Julio Jones in 2024, oh my God. Olamide Zaccheaus, it might have to be a Dallas Goedert carry session. Like we might have to see the ceiling of Dallas Goedert that a lot of Eagles fans kind of hold on to. We might have to see that. Because, bro, it's going to be ugly. But yeah, forget that again. Like, bad vibes. The Eagles are bad vibes. What's not bad vibes, though, is this game. This game is amazing vibes. Oh, my God. So many 3-and-outs, bro. So many 3-and-outs. If I had to pick a final score, bro, 19-16 Eagles. Hella bare field goals. 2 touchdowns in that game and 6 field goals. 4 for the Eagles, 2 for the Bucks. 19-13 Eagles. People book it. Yo, and you know what it is too? And Joel, I know you know this, and I know you like have felt like this is stuck with you. It'll be 19-13, and the Bucks will have the ball at their own 20 with like 2 minutes to go. And it'll be the like repeated thing of this year of the other team has the ball in a 2-minute drill for the win, and we're praying to God our defense doesn't shit their pants. That's how the game is gonna end. And we're gonna win, but it's gonna feel like a loss. But the Pats moved on from Bill B to Gerard Mayo. Yes, the Pats did move on to Gerard Mayo. Yeah, we talked to Leon about that. We have a Patriots fan, a resident Patriots fan. Interesting pivot from obviously somebody so experienced to somebody so inexperienced. He's actually younger than Sean McVay. He's going to be the youngest head coach in the league. Obviously has no head coaching experience. And the thing too is like he technically doesn't even have like full out defensive coordinator position experience because like he wasn't the defensive coordinator. He was like sharing the role with Steve Belichick. So it's just such an interesting setup they have there. But again, like they rate that guy so highly that they basically decided he was the head coach last year because Philadelphia was trying to poach him to be our defensive coordinator. And the Patriots, essentially, the way they got him to stick around is they said, look, you're our guy after Bill leaves. And that's why he stuck around. Also, you know what's really random? Gerard Mayo only has 1 Super Bowl as a player, and it's a one that he didn't play in. Like, as good as Gerard Mayo is, and as good as the Patriots were with him, and it just has – there was a whole 10-year period where the Patriots, like, I think they only won 1 Super Bowl, or they won none. There's a big gap between the – oh, that's a fumble. Jared Goff, what the hell? Bro, this is what the Rams needed. This is what the Rams needed. They needed Jared Goff to – bro, you're not Kyler Murray. You're not Pat Mahomes. You're not the improviser extraordinaires that some of those guys are in the NFL. Yo, this man just decided, you know what? Hoops. I'm falling down. This is not a part of the play. I'm just going to throw it to my tight end. Throws it backwards. Bro, this is Rams. You got to get off the field right now. This is your chance. This is your chance to even out the game. You're in 2nd and 25. When Detroit was in 1st and 20, on the second drive, they got 30 yards on 1st and 20. If you're the Rams, you got to get off the field right now. And it starts with this down. Don't give up 15, 20 yards on a chunk play here. Okay, they run a wide receiver screen to Gibbs. Oh, bro, Gibbs has blockers. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. A shoestring tackle. Not really. Well, he got him by his ankles, not literally, but he barely tackled him. He got 10 yards there. He got 10 yards, but that could have been more easily. That was a bad play. That was a horrible play, Jared. That was a very horrible play. 10 yards on 2nd and 25, 3rd and 15. This clock will probably wind down to the 2-minute warning. I doubt they're going to run a play. They're just going to scout what the Rams front looks like. They got to look at the Rams defense, and now they're going to go back and figure out a play for 3rd and 15. But, bro, Jared Goff, that was the play, man. That's just what the Rams needed to get back in this game. If they get a first down, all is well, and that erases everything. Yeah. The Steelers have no TJ Watt tomorrow. Bro, it's rough. That's why I have the Bills. Like, the thing about the Bills, right? They are like, they're a good team for the most part, and like they could play against anybody, and you could feel like, you know what, they're a much better team than them. However, there's always the impending possibility that Josh Allen could throw 4 picks, right? Or like 4 turnovers. That's something you have to always acknowledge as a reality. Like, the Bills are a lot better than the Steelers, and the Steelers don't have TJ Watt, and they absolutely should beat the Steelers, and that none of these things are questioned. But also, you just know there's like a 2% chance that Josh Allen is going to show up and turn the ball over 4 times. And if that happens, anything can happen, right? So that's just the thing with Bills games. Like, yes, they should absolutely win. They're 10-point favorites. They should probably be like 15-point favorites. But that being said, if Josh Allen shows up and decides, bro, 4 turnovers are happening today, then who knows what the fuck will happen. If this game goes to clutch time, the Lions are choking. Big facts. 100%. 100%. I think the Lions, this is what I'm saying. The game was shaping up to be so good for Detroit because they could play from ahead, and they could just, like, we're always up between 4 and 11. And again, it didn't look like the Rams could stop them. And honestly, frankly, the Rams, I still don't think can stop them. Bro, 3rd and 25, and Jahmyr Gibbs is unlucky to get 10 yards. The guy probably was going to get 20, right? Like, but bro, that random backward pass when Goff decided that he's him, that might be the thing that actually lets the Rams, again, go ahead. Because the Rams get the ball to start the second half, right? Let me see. Yeah, the Rams start the second half with the ball. So if the Rams can get off the field here, they're setting up to have 2 drives in a row, right? They'll end off this half, and they'll have the beginning of the next half. Do you think Mike McCarthy will be fired? Yeah, I think definitely he'll be fired. I just think the embarrassment was too much today. He's definitely getting fired. He's cooked. Bro, Jerry Jones is... I think they're going to push for Mike Vrabel. I think a part of the reason Mike Vrabel didn't work out in Tennessee is because he wanted to be the guy in the franchise. And I think okay, they snapped the ball early. I was not ready. Goff. Oh my God, they got 20 plus yards on 3rd down. Bro, the Rams defense is so shit. They got in 2nd and 25 and couldn't get off the field. They were they had the Lions in 1st and 20 on a drive. They couldn't get off the field. All right, okay, everything is absolved with that fumble. It's all like done. They don't have to sweat about it anymore. If you're the Rams defense now, you have to somehow find a way to get a field goal, but I have like next to no faith. But yeah, what was I saying about the Cowboys? I forget what I was saying. Oh, yeah. So I think they're going to go for Vrabel, but I don't think Vrabel would be interested in working with Jerry Jones because I don't think he was interested in working with Carthon or whatever, John Robinson. I think Vrabel thinks he's a good enough coach to be able to be the guy in a franchise who has say. And truthfully, I don't think he's entirely wrong about feeling that way, but I think that'll be the problem with Dallas getting him. I also think that'll be the problem with Dallas getting Belichick. Oddly enough, I think the best kind of option for Dallas with their setup is to try to go for a Ben Johnson or a Bobby Slowick. I think those coaches make the most sense for them. Although, truthfully, if you want like my angle to it, bro, I hope they hire Frank Reich. I think Frank Reich would be sick there. He would bring Super Bowl experience. He's a quarterback. He used to be a quarterback, so that would help with Dak. He would understand Dak better. Who else to understand Dak better than a person who played the quarterback position? You know what it is? Oh boy. The guy who got his hand on Goff saved that play there because that was converting. They were converting that 3rd down. Who is that? Michael Hecht? Michael Hecht? I think Hecht makes them. So yeah, Hecht was the guy that was in coverage. On Laporta on that 4th down play. He's an edge rusher, as we can see there. That is not a coverage guy. Oh shit, they're going for it. 4th and 5. Maybe they're just trying to get them offsides. Amon-Ra in motion. Oh my God, they did it. They did it. They did it. They got him offsides. Oh shit, it's a false start. Oh shit, it's a false start. I did not see the false start. I saw offsides. Well, they're punting now. And the Cowboys were 8-0 at home. Jared, I totally forgot about this. The Cowboys were on a mad run at home. They had 8-0, and they finished off last year on a home winning streak as well. They had won bare games at home. And they were slapping teams too. They were averaging like 40 points a game at home. They were averaging like double-digit margins of victory. They were slapping teams at AT&T Stadium. And things abruptly changed. Damn. I don't know. I don't know if they're saying that 53 he managed to stay behind the line of scrimmage. I don't know if that's what they're saying. Bro, Joel, that's what you're saying as well, right? Because bro, the guy didn't jump. 53 jumped first. Because here's the thing, right? Defensive linemen are allowed to like flinch and jump, right? But their whole thing is like they can't go across the line without it being offsides. I don't know if what they're saying there is that 53 flinched, but he never went past the line of scrimmage. Because if he just flinched, wasn't past the line of scrimmage, and the homie on the offensive line flinched to try to get the offsides, then it is false start. But I'll be real, I fully thought that was offsides. Fully thought that was offsides. Well, the Packers shut them up. Hell yeah. Got a personal foul on a... Who is T. Tomlinson? Who is number 6? Hey, well, the Lions, they've just gave the Rams inroads back into this game. Even if the Rams do nothing on this drive, they get the ball to start the second half and get an opportunity to score a touchdown and go up by 3. And at that point, this game is going to be a back and forth shootout. But yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Yeah, man, we can't lie. Like I said, that was something I definitely got wrong. Jordan Love is a lot better than I thought he was. The Packers' young random receivers are better than I thought they were. Now, I didn't necessarily know they were bad. I just thought that they just had too many late picks. But honestly, the guys look decent. I always liked Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson, but the other receivers they have are decent. Jordan Love looks good. And frankly, like, the thing you got to credit Jordan Love with is that, like, I don't necessarily think their offensive coordinator is like super special as a play caller or as like a scheme guy. And I don't think their receivers, like, while I'm impressed by the fact that they're decent and like good, they're not like anything special, right? He's not cooking with like super talented pieces around him. He's actually just finding a way to be effective. And that's super impressive. So I got that one wrong. That just is what it is. But, yeah, man. Packers next week. Like, the Packers are like the Texans of the NFC, right? Part of what's going on with those two teams with young quarterbacks and young teams is that, like, those teams, there's no pressure. It doesn't matter if they lose. They've already come far enough to where this year is a success. They're young and naive. Like, they don't know that they're not supposed to be here. They don't know. Like, they're too young to even necessarily, like, feel the pressure of what's going on, especially in the situation where, like, because, again, there is, like, they've already overcome their issues earlier in the year, right? Both teams had their kind of like stumbles. They figured it out. They're playing good ball. Teams haven't been, there's no like blueprint on how to beat them because they overcame the way that teams were used to beat them, right? All the stuff that was working against the Packers the first half of the year, you can't go back to that and say, let's stop the Packers that way, because they overcame those things to be able to be good down the stretch. So now you're going up against teams that don't have a blueprint, that are playing with no pressure, that are too young and naive to even understand the full depth of what's happening right now. Like, actually, those are tough teams to play against from like all the, in terms of all the like the intangible reasons, right? They're actually tough teams to go against. But now, can they beat the Niners next week? I actually don't think they can. At the same time, though, if Brock Purdy decides to have a 4-turnover game, which I think he's had 3 of this year, so that is in his bag, right? If he so happens to have one of those games, then yeah, I think the Packers showed they're good enough to capitalize on capitalize on San Francisco if San Francisco messes up. It's so refreshing seeing teams trying to score on the last drive of the half. Oh, 100%. 100%. That being said, the Rams just ran the ball. I think they want to run it. Probably they're going to throw it here. I think they just want to make sure Detroit gets no points at the end of the half. But yeah, shout out to everybody watching live. Shout out to everybody who's going to watch this on a replay, regardless of how you're watching this. I'm definitely appreciative of the support. And if you appreciate what I'm doing and want to help support further, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Two very important forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. YouTube does not know how to differentiate good content between bad content. It needs your help for that. So the more you engage with content, the farther YouTube pushes to the wider audience and the bigger channels get. So look, the content is free, but I accept payment in the form of engagements. That's what we're doing here, people. Make sure you support. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. The first half is over. 21-17. Probably we're pushing about 500 yards of total offense. It's a 4-point game. The Rams are down 4, but they start the second half with the ball. Both teams had drives where they didn't get 7 points. The difference is the Lions punted and the Rams got a field goal. Yeah, it is what it is, people. Fantastic game from a neutral standpoint. If you have a rooting interest in this game, I apologize. I definitely apologize. I know that's not fun right now, but yeah, like I said, amazing game. Let's look at some numbers real quick. Stafford, 12 for 16 and 200 yards. Goff, or 196. Goff, 16 for 18 with 194. Both quarterbacks are almost pushing 200 yards already. Gibbs has, what is it? Gibbs has 8 touches for 70-something yards. The guy's averaging 9 yards a touch. Demo getting 4 yards on the ground. Kyron Williams getting 3.7. So neither running game is particularly like that great. Obviously, Gibbs is running the ball well, but he only has 4 rushes. Obviously, Montgomery with 10 rushes. That's predominantly that's most of the running game. But yeah, Cooper Kupp only 2 catches for 13 yards. Puka Nacua has 5 for 106. Bro, Puka is low key the one. Puka is low-key the wide receiver 1 in this offense. But now, yeah, I already talked about this. But yeah. On the other side, Amon-Ra only has 3 for 42, but Josh Reynolds has 5 for 80. Hell of a game, people. So I'm gonna take a little break during halftime. I'm gonna, get restocked with my water and my snacks, and we'll be back. I'm not eating this time, so I'm probably not gonna take as long as I did yesterday. But I'll be back soon, man. Real quick. You guys take the break you guys need, and I'll see you guys on the other side. We are back, people. We are back. Um, hmm. Gonna give Twitter a scroll through, see what's going on. What's it called? The Alabama hire for their coach. I thought that's interesting. I don't know much about the new coach. I just know that like he was at Washington for 2 years and he's built a good team. But that Washington team is so different than SEC teams. Like that Washington, I don't know. We don't know if he can recruit in the SEC because the team he built in Washington, that team is getting spanked in the SEC. You got to build from the trenches in that conference. So we'll see. Now he's scouting in the right region. He's in the South. He's going to be around the guys that are tend to be good linemen. We'll see what he can do. What else are they saying here? Damn. Stroud and Jordan Love had almost the exact same playoff debut. The only difference is 2 yards. They both had the exact same amount of completions, attempts, touchdowns, interceptions, the passer rating, everything was just 2 yards of the only difference. But also, I'm realizing now, my guy Jared Brown is not a mod yet, so I'm about to do that real quick. But yeah, first drive of the game will be the Rams. It's an important drive for them, right? Because even still on that last drive, it really looks like they can't deal with the Lions offense. They needed a bad call from the referees. And let's be clear, that was a bad call on fourth down. That should have been an automatic first down on an offsides or a neutral zone infraction, whatever you want to call it. It should have been those calls. It was a false start instead, and that really screwed the Lions. But like the Rams defense still can't do anything with the Lions offense. If you're the Rams offense, you got to get 6 points here. You got to go ahead 3, and you honestly have to just keep scoring. That's the nature of this game. Lions kicking off now. Yeah, touchback. Rams will start at the 25. They're interviewing Dan Campbell, and I wish I had my audio, but I don't. So you guys definitely let me know what he says. He looks pissed off. He's probably talking about the call. That's probably what's happening. All right. Cup in motion. Stafford looks left, goes back right. Looks like the backside of the formation is where he was supposed to go always. But yeah, Demarcus Robinson is there. They pick up a good 12 yards on first down. Play action. Stafford takes a shot and he misses. He misses Cooper Cup. Cooper Cup is wide open there. He missed him. So first two plays of the game, definitely the Rams are looking like they're going away from the running game. The running game was ineffective in the first half. First two plays, you can see the clear emphasis, and that's going vertically down the field. First passing attempt was like 12 yards down the field. This one is about 15 yards down the field. He sails it. But yeah, it looks like they're having opportunities to throw the ball down the field. And yeah, if you're Detroit, that's a bad sign. Puka Nakua in motion. Stafford pump fakes to the left. Bailed on that play quickly. The pass rush was getting home, but I'm surprised that he didn't have anyone to throw to. It looks like that play had one read and then like no read that was close to it, because he bailed on that play quickly. But yeah, joining the stream, we got a Lions hater in the building. Shout out, Mercado. What are you saying?
Yo, what's good, bro? Long time. How you been?
Long time, bro. I'm good. The Lions are in a shootout. How do you feel?
I'm watching this game. I actually just got back from the airport from Pakistan like 3 hours ago, so took a little
Jeez.
nap.
Welcome back.
Yeah. So
you're back just in time, bro. You missed. How do you feel about what happened in Dallas?
Well, I just seen it. So I mean, I'm not surprised with the Cowboys because it's playoff Dak. So
yeah.
But on the other hand, it kind of gives I don't know what to make of the Packers because it's playoff Dak. So we'll see if they put up a semi-decent performance against the Niners.
Yeah, we're gonna learn about a lot when they play the Niners, right? But the thing about the Dallas thing is I'm shocked that the Green Bay's defense didn't get cooked. Like that's the bigger thing. I could kind of I got the feeling that with Gilmore not healthy, with the fact that the Packers offense was rolling, I got the feeling that they might have a good day. I just did not expect the Packers defense to be able to hold up. Bro, Stafford, you're wilding. Third and 11, and he throws a jump ball to DeMarcus Robinson, who has two defenders near him. That's a big stop by Detroit there.
Oh shit.
But also, it's pretty interesting. I think that they fired Getsy, they fired the quarterback coach, and they're basically going for a reset offensively while keeping Eberflus.
Yeah. Well, we're getting Caleb, so
that's final.
I mean, I know some people, and Jeremy Fowler said it, and that's where it's heading. That's where it's heading.
Yeah,
we're gonna get Caleb. I'm 60-70% sure.
Okay. That's interesting. Because if you're getting Caleb at that point, you may as well cater the whole offensive staff to him.
Yep.
Yo, random question. How would you okay. Who do you think makes sense to take an OC job, right? Because you got keep in mind, you're giving somebody an OC job at the end of the day. There's a certain tier of offensive coaches you can't get because they're going to be head coaches. So Waldron, that's solid. Because Waldron, he's
and we've already interviewed him.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That would be a good hire. Because he's a part of the Seattle staff right now, right?
Yes, but
they got fired. I'm assuming they got fired because of Pete Carroll.
No, he didn't get fired, but Pete Carroll he moved into the upper office, right?
Yeah.
He's part of the front office now. So all the coaches, their jobs are there's a lot of uncertainty. So we've interviewed him, and we've interviewed the passing game coordinator for the 49ers.
That's always a good job to interview, bro.
It's some dude named Kubiak, some guy. So
is it Kubiak's son? Is it Gary Kubiak's son?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that makes sense, bro. That
Gary
makes sense.
Kubiak was the person who taught Shanahan the offense.
Yeah. Cause Shanahan was in Houston under Gary Kubiak.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no, that makes sense. Cause the thing is like Slowick and McDaniel are from the Shanahan, and McVay are all from the Shanahan tree, right? Like that's a solid
Fleur.
tree. True. I guess both the LaFleurs technically.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, bro, like that's a solid person to interview. Waldron is a solid person to interview. The thing about Waldron is like, where was he at before Seattle?
LA.
Oh, that's why it's a McVay thing.
Yeah, it's
Because you
McVay.
know what it is? Quietly, I actually don't love the job he did with Gino this year. Because I think Canales got more out of Gino, but that's fine because Canales clearly looks like he's a really good option too. But like, yeah, with Waldron, I think the LA stuff that's more important.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's the offensive line wasn't great for Seattle. Like,
A lot of injuries, yeah.
bunch of shit went down. So,
Yeah,
and Gino also like he had one good year. Let's be real. Like
true.
his one good year is an outlier for the rest of his career. So
I mean, that's true. And also, like, it looks like Baker's also having his like one good year this year as well. Like, Canales might just be him.
yeah. So
Canales might just be him.
I like either of the Kubiak and Waldron.
Yeah.
And like I'm not too mad that they kept Eberflus because bro, that defense was a top 5 defense those last 8 weeks.
Yeah. Bro, he saved his job down the stretch. Like, one, it looked like the buy-in from the players was good, and then two, obviously the defense was doing its thing. And also the thing is like the young defensive linemen they drafted, like they started to kind of come into their own. And like I was talking about it earlier in the stream, talking about there's an expression that Jim Schwartz used to use when it comes to like young players, and like he would say that every young player has a startup cost, and that's basically like the amount of minutes you have to play them at the beginning of their career for them to just fuck up and play bad and learn from it before they actually become who they are. And it's like you guys paid the startup costs for like your young players up front, and that was the first half of the year. But second half of the year, they actually like they became the players you drafted them to be.
Yep. Like
So
it was mainly Dexter and Tyreek Stevenson. Like they were insane those last 5 6 weeks.
down the stretch, yeah, and then you factor in that you have young players that are like kind of becoming who they are, and then you add Montez Sweat. They actually added so much down the stretch, and you can see like once they had talent, they could definitely play. And again, like Eberflus is a very experienced guy. Like a lot of people don't know his history, but he was one of the coaches that was supposed to go to Indianapolis when McDaniels was going there. So when McDaniels kind of just all of a sudden decided he didn't want that job, he was one of the coaches that got screwed. But like he's been a guy that's been having these jobs for a long time. Like as a defensive coordinator, that should have never been a doubt. Obviously now I think like he's probably still coaching for his like job next year,
Yep.
but yeah, we'll see. He should have a solid defense. The offense should be good. Like the thing is, the Bears just should be good next year.
Bro, we were 7-10. We blew 3 games where we had 99% chance of winning. So
Yeah.
flip that, we're
Oh,
10
that's
and 7.
wild. That's so wild. I did not know that.
Yeah. So in the fourth quarter, we had 99% chance of winning. It was the Browns game,
Yeah.
the Broncos game, and the Lions game.
Yeah.
So, you flip that, we're 10 and 7, and we're still adding 2 first rounders, 2 top 10 picks. We have 50 million in cap space. Just like, and it's a young team. The
Yep.
defense is young. I'm telling you, bro. I told you at the start of this year, the secondary could be elite, and it's becoming elite.
Yeah.
Gordon was ranked as an top 2. What's his face? Slot corner. Jalen Johnson is a top 3 corner in the league.
Yeah.
Stevenson was amazing. Brisker is really good.
Yeah.
We have Sweat, Dexter. The defense is good. The linebackers are insane. Like, man, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm just like this offseason, I just want to add 3 technique and
Yeah.
offense. That's it. Just wide receiver, quarterback, maybe running back.
Ooh. Yeah, I think what's it called? I think a running back would help.
I would love
Because the thing is like you
someone like
guys
a
have the
Saquon.
resources. You guys have the resources to where like you'll be able to do it. So you may as well, kind of a thing.
For sure. So I'm excited, man.
Bro,
Malik
Goff got
Neighbors
himself.
or Romo Dunze. You are Chicago Bears.
You are a Chicago Bear. That's hilarious. Yeah, nah, for real. One of them will be there. One of them will be there. Yo, we did a during the national championship. We did a watch along where we went through mock drafts like during the commercials and like, uh, bro, it's so there's parts of the, like it's a really complicated top 10 to figure out early, like because the thing is like a team like the Patriots, you actually don't know the offensive staff yet, so you don't know what kind of quarterback they would like. You don't have any idea what the Chargers franchise is going to do because, bro, they could hire a GM that decides, you know what, let's try to build around our veteran pieces. You could also hire a GM that says, fuck this, let's tear this to the ground and build for the future, right? So you have no idea what's going to happen at number 5. 1, 2, and 4, I think, are pretty simple. But then you after that, it really just becomes who bites on like trying to get a quarterback when. So it's a really tough top 10 to figure out, but it'll be fun. It'll be interesting to see as the offseason changes. It's still pretty early because we don't even know the head coaches yet. We don't know all the GMs yet. It looks like the Bears are going to lose Ian Cunningham, but that's just like that's the price you pay for being a good organization. Like you just lose people.
Yep. But like we do lose him, but we get two compensatory third round picks for him.
Oh, he's a person of color.
Yeah,
Let's
Ian Cunningham.
go.
He's from the Eagles, bro. That's where we got him from.
Oh, I remember like, but yo, that's the thing. Like the Eagles are gonna lose a man from that's on the staff as well. Like that's just the game is the game. Yo, it's fucked up. It's fucked up, bro. The Eagles hired 2 coordinators of color to get the draft picks, and they were both ass, bro. I hate it here.
What's his face? So you know the Ian Cunningham, he
Yeah,
was offered the Cardinals job last year,
yeah, he didn't take it.
and he turned it down. So Poles has said like I've been planning for his
Yeah, yeah.
departure for a while, so
Oh, you
we're
have
good
to.
on that aspect.
Yeah, you have to. But yo, talking about some of the head coaching stuff, I'll tell you. So here's what I think. I think the Titans are going to get Bobby Slowick because Rand Carthon is from the Niners, and I think Rand Carthon is like if I think the power struggle with Vrabel is the reason he's not here. Like, yes, he got fired, but I don't think he actually wanted to be there anymore. Because I think after John Robinson got fired, he'd figured that he won the like war in the organization. But then they gave the job to Carthon, and I don't know if you ever saw these clips, but bro, did you see those clips of Vrabel and Will Levis? Like, they just don't look like
Yeah,
Vrabel didn't look like he fucked with him, right? So
he
then
didn't
if you
like
look
him.
at it that way, like okay, this is a Carthon pick. Vrabel actually has no power in the organization. So if you're gonna be that kind of organization where the coach is just a guy and it's the GM show, you have to go young. And if you're gonna go young and you're from the Niners and you know Bobby Slowick and you have a young quarterback, like I think the Titans are gonna get Bobby Slowick for that reason. I think what's it called? I think quietly the Cowboys are gonna. I think they're gonna want Belichick and Vrabel, but I don't think they're gonna be able to get either of them because I don't think either Belichick or Vrabel is down to be like a part of the Jerry Jones show. So I think they're gonna struggle with that. What else? What other coaching? What other coaching opinions do I have? Oh, it's wild that the Raiders haven't hired Antonio Pierce yet. I think that's insane.
Yeah, that is
That's
crazy.
great because bro, the Patriots hired Gerard Mayo immediately. Immediately,
Yeah,
right? And that's the thing with Gerard Mayo is like we have no way of like assessing that hire because the guy has obviously no head coaching experience, right? But quietly, the guy has very little defensive coordinator experience too, bro, because he was splitting the job with Steve Belichick. We just know that they rate the guy highly because they put it in his contract. And people don't know this, but the Eagles were trying to get Gerard Mayo to be their defensive coordinator this past year, but the way the Patriots kept him was they basically told him like, yo, you're going to succeed Bill Belichick. And that's when they drew up that contract. But like, we just know the Patriots love the guy. We don't know anything about him, right? And like the recent run of Patriots decisions don't look that good. So
It was in his contract that he was gonna succeed Belichick.
Yeah. No, they had to put it in his contract or else he was going to leave because he was getting hella opportunities last offseason.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so the Rams somehow did finally force a stop. They're gonna get the ball here. This game has been awesome. I know you just landed. But this game there were almost 500 yards of total offense in the first half. Basically,
Damn.
if you exclude the last random drive where the clock expired, like basically there were touchdowns on every drive except two, which was like a Rams field goal and a Lions punt.
Damn.
CJ GJ just smacked the shit out of Kyron Williams. That
I
guy's
saw that.
definitely in the concussion protocol.
I don't like that guy.
Bro, but yeah, the head coaching situation. What do you think? Like, do you have any opinions? Do you have any like predictions? What do you think?
So I think Vrabel. You know what? Let me make a bold prediction. I think Vrabel takes a DC job. How about that?
Oh, interesting. That's fascinating.
This may be completely wrong,
Yeah.
and that's why it's a crazy
Yeah.
prediction thing.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think he's gonna just go to he may be a DC for the Cowboys.
Because it's kind of like a Dan Quinn situation where like the guy might take a really good DC job, keep his stocks high, and then pick the right job, kind of a thing.
Exactly.
Because that's basically the Dan Quinn playbook.
And he could take over for Dan Quinn actually. So, because after today's showing, his ass probably is getting fired.
Bro, that whole coaching staff is getting cleaned up, bro. Jerry Jones said that's the most embarrassing game of his life, and like that might be a fair thing to say. Like this game was crazy, bro. You're the first 2 seed to ever lose in the wild card round.
That's crazy.
That's humiliating.
And bro, you lost to the Packers, that just got in on the last
Yep.
That's crazy. And Dak, bro, is his future finally over?
Bro, he only has 1 year left on his deal, so I feel like it's a situation where you either trade him or extend him, bro. I think if next year, give me the Dallas Cowboys led by Frank Reich and Trey Lance, bro, and we're cooking, bro. We are cooking. But yeah, that situation's messy. But yeah, bro, the Vrabel thing could happen because that again, like we've seen Dan Quinn do it. Because he'd reject.
I think Harbaugh's going to the Chargers.
Do you think they got the bread though?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I think he there's been mutual interest for a while.
Because you know what Eddie thinks? Eddie thinks the Raiders are gonna get Harbaugh. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing I didn't actually know. I learned this yesterday, but the Raiders actually have the highest basically it's not an expression in the NFL, but they have the highest match day revenue in the NFL because they're in Las Vegas and basically their tickets cash out differently because it's the easiest place for road fans to travel as well. So they're actually just printing money while they're there. So I don't know if they would invest it or I don't know what the owner's point of view is, but if they haven't hired Pierce yet, I kind of feel like they probably have a bigger thing in mind and they wouldn't have been able to talk to Harbaugh until the end of the college year. So I don't know, but I think the funniest thing in the world is if the Raiders get Harbaugh and McCarthy, bro, that'd be so funny.
Harbaugh and McCarthy.
Yeah, the quarterback. Bro, it's because we were looking at a mock draft and that's what they had. They had McCarthy number 13 to the Raiders, and Eddie the whole time during the stream was like, "Yeah, I think Harbaugh will probably go to the Raiders." So it was like, "Yo, that's a nasty combination." In the NFL.
I don't think he goes to the Raiders.
Interesting.
I think Pierce will go. Pierce will be the Raiders coach.
Yeah.
He's also interviewed with the Titans, right?
Yeah, he interviewed for the Titans. Yo, I don't even know if the Titans would actually hire him, but I think that's a great thing to do to just build goodwill with his agent because that gives him it just makes his position with the Raiders a little bit stronger.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It just kind of gives him a little bit more leverage to where it's like, yo, I'm getting head coaching interviews. You better figure this shit out quickly. But yeah, uh, yeah, I feel like the Titans organization, they're entering poverty franchise territory.
Oh, bro, Titans, bro, they need a lot.
Bro, they're about to lose Derrick Henry. They're about to build around Will Levis. It's scary hours for that organization.
Sucks because if they like had a good quarterback, that's such a good division.
For real, for real, for real.
AR, actually, you know what?
But
Let
we
me.
don't know if Anthony Richardson can play football games. Added to the stream is Sports Enjoyer. What's going on, Sports Enjoyer?
How's it going, gentlemen? How are we doing?
Bro, we're having a great
What's up?
time, man. Offense is happening in the game. Yards are being gained, and defense is not being
Damn.
played. So I'm here. I'm happy.
I just saw the Rams run a weird jet sweep with the. Is this dude Samoan? What is he?
I think so. He's from Utah, so I don't know what that means. But yeah,
Yeah, one of them Polynesian dudes.
damn. Polynesians from Utah. I was not aware.
Hey, it is what it is.
But
My roommate, my freshman year of college, he transferred to Dixie State to play football.
what the hell is Dixie State?
Division II school in Utah. He's
Sheesh.
also like part Samoan.
I was not aware.
So yeah.
But yeah, today was an interesting day in football. Packers Cowboys thoughts.
It sucks for the Cowboys. In all seriousness, yeah, I mean, fucking Mike McCarthy probably lost his job, fair, unfair. I don't know how much is left on Dak's contract, but that looks worse by the playoff game.
Let's
'Cause,
look that up.
I don't think. Oh my God, Stafford good? I don't think he's good.
Probably not, but that's also the story of his life playing in the stadium. So Dak Prescott's in the last year of his deal. His cap hit is 59 mil. It's basically all guaranteed, so that's fun.
Yeah,
I don't think teams like having sitting duck quarterbacks, so he probably either gets traded or extended, and yeah, we'll see.
Dak Prescott, Atlanta Falcon.
My goodness.
I'm gonna be so honest. If I was the Cowboys, you just eat the dick on the last year of that deal and let McCarthy and him have one more year and then start fresh in 2 years. Oh, he got his ankle stepped on too.
Yeah, he's been getting like this game. I think his hand kind of just as he was throwing a football, his hand went right into a helmet. That was bad. Started bleeding. This happened. But yeah, just the story of Matt Stafford's life at Ford Field, bro. The guy gets smoked and gets hurt.
Yeah, poor guy, man. That sucks.
It is what it is, man. Yeah, it's gonna be a revenge game for somebody. I hope it's the Rams. I think it would be hilarious if every wild card team in the NFC won and every division winner.
Dude, we had a 7-seed win for the first time today.
Yeah, so I think this game alone, like I'll be honest with you, Peter, we had the conversation about the format. This game alone justified the change for me.
Oh yeah,
I'm all in. It just took one game, and it just took this particular game, but I'm all in.
oh, it's great. See, if the Rams win and the Eagles win, we get the legendary 5-6 round 2 game.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think every division winner wins in the AFC, and honestly, it's possible every wild card team wins in the NFC.
Oh, it would be fantastic.
It'd be awesome. It actually would so clearly show like the state of both conferences.
Oh yeah, of course.
AFC where the actual good teams are, and the NFC where it's like, fuck it, we'll see what happens on any given
We'll see what happens next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever turns it over first loses.
One thing I'm not happy about is as soon as I left the States, like the Bills started winning again, and it hurt my Josh Allen agenda because, bro, that guy is suspect. But I'm so happy that what's his face Jaguars missed the playoffs. Fucking Trevor Lawrence, this guy fraud, generational hype. This guy's a fraud.
That's actually true though. You went to Pakistan, and then the Pakistani owners team started like shitting the bed. So like,
bro,
I think there might be a connection there, but I'm not sure what it is.
Bro, I might have to stay there just to see that guy.
Just so that the Jags burn to the ground.
Bro, fuck Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. I mean, bro, honestly, a lot changed since you left. But bro, I'm actually looking forward to like obviously Chiefs Bills, assuming the Bills will win. Like they're 10-point favorites and TJ Watt isn't playing. I'm just gonna go ahead. Like the thing with the Bills, right? You can sit there and say that the Bills are a lot better than the team they're playing, but if Josh Allen decides he's gonna turn the ball over 4 times, like anything can happen. So
Yep.
it's about whether that happens or not. But like I'm assuming the Bills are gonna win, and then that sets up, I think, Bills Chiefs will be an awesome matchup, and then like Texans Ravens, that'll just be a game to celebrate black quarterbacks. Like I think that's what that game will be about.
Hey, man. CJ Stroud, I
See-
respect your game, but it's going to be 20 degrees next Saturday night. I need some driving wind, need a little bit of rain. Let's do this.
Yo, Devin Singletary against Gus Edwards, bro. Let's get it.
Hey, man, I'm ready.
Oh my God, Carson Wentz might step into the game. Oh, I just realized who the Rams' backup is. Oh my God.
Isn't it Stetson?
No, it's Carson Wentz, bro.
Oh,
He-
hell
He
yeah.
played last week. He played in week 18 and he was hooping. He
He's got a
scored 2
tablet.
touchdowns.
He has got a tablet.
Yup. Carson Wentz revenge game. Random fun, just really random fact. But I've seen Carson Wentz play in Detroit before, so I don't know. I don't know. This might have to be a moment. He might have to win this game. Oh my God, Carson Wentz in Philadelphia next week. Fuck, that would be wild. That's what we have to cheer
No way. There's no way.
for.
The only thing that tops this is a Bills heartbreaking loss tomorrow.
Oh man. Bro, Wentz remontada. Oh my God, this is Wentz versus Goff again, bro. Everything is wild right now.
Oh, what?
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Rams versus Lions. Just
Yo,
like
I
the
knew I was
NFL.
excited for this game, and I knew it would be great. I did not know this would be the reason why.
Oh man.
Oh fuck, Stafford is back throwing a ball. Man, why did you have to do this to us? I think Carson Wentz is the funniest person in the world because like it happens a lot where quarterbacks, their career kind of like goes down the drain and they have to do some soul searching and find themselves and work with a quarterback guru and kind of try to refine their mechanics and figure out their like game. But like just the thing with Carson Wentz is he went to like John Gruden for that. So like he's my favorite guy, man. He's a wild boy.
He was pretty good before he tore
Bro,
his
he
ACL.
was, but it's just again like he was at a crossroads in his life with his career, and he called for John Gruden, man. Like,
And Jared Goff
Yes.
fell over.
what a guy.
By the way,
Yeah,
I know like since I left, Justin Fields like went insane.
yeah.
I called this, by the way, just saying like I knew he was gonna be this good. He played like a top 10 QB, and I was laughed at last year. You know when I made that claim that he's the best
He's not a
quarterback.
top 10 QB, so I'm still gonna laugh at you.
Yeah, well, Justin Fields, you know, it's been
Hey,
fun.
Justin Fields, you
We're
are
gonna
in
send you to
Atlanta. Falcons.
Atlanta. We're
I
gonna
still
send you-
don't think the Bears should be drafting a new quarterback, by the way.
You don't think?
Matassa says it's gonna happen.
I think it's gonna happen, but I don't think that's the right decision.
Honestly, after watching CJ Stroud, I want Caleb.
Wait, that's an interesting like point you made. So wait, what is it about CJ Stroud that makes you want Caleb?
Yeah.
I want a quarterback that can throw the ball consistently.
Damn.
And bro, I'm the biggest Justin Fields defender, but he just can't. Like he's just not.
Nah, this is just funny to have happen 30 seconds after the like top 10 quarterback thing. But I hear you. Yo, here's the thing, right? My thing on Caleb Williams is like the ability can't be questioned. It's cannot be questioned. The ability is like very much there. I just think his play style has to change for him to be the quarterback that lives up to his ability. Because like he has to play a lot more on script. So I actually think the coaching staff he ends up with is going to be really important. And that's why I asked you like who they interviewed. Because like if you just let him wild out, I don't think you're actually going to get like generational talent type of quarterback play.
Yeah,
I
I know
keep him within a structure.
the
He has to
biggest
want to be within a structure.
facts. The biggest concern for him is his personality because it's been in question a bunch of times, and like
Is this the crying?
no, the crying. He skipped what's his face like press conferences after losses, and
Or we're saying he's young Cam Newton?
like he like apparently he's like a diva in the locker room. Like that's what the reports has been. And bro, like LA media, well, what's his face? USC
Yeah.
media is cool.
Yeah.
The Chicago media will eat you alive, bro. These guys are ruthless.
Yeah, you know what it sounds like though? It sounds like you just better be good. You know, like you can be all those things, but if you're good, like nobody will give a fuck, right? But if you're
They
not
have
good,
to win. They have to win 8 games next year,
yeah.
or
Yeah,
people
I
won't
think they
tolerate
can.
it.
I think we can for
Bro,
sure.
Peter,
No, absolutely. But I'm saying you have to win, or A, you're going to be looking for a new head coach. B, the entire city is going to be back on the court. Be on the quarterback's back, fair or not.
yeah. But yo,
They've
Peter,
made a uniquely difficult situation for a new quarterback to walk into, and then he's also going to be compared against whatever Justin Fields goes to a different team and does, if he does anything.
Especially considering in Fields' last home game in Soldier Fields, like he played amazing, and there was "We Want Fields" chants by the entire crowd. So, like,
All right, look, if
he's
he goes to the
honestly like
Falcons,
he's the most loved quarterback I think I've ever seen in the city, bar Jim McMahon, and that's only because he's won a Super Bowl.
if he goes to the Falcons, and even if Justin Fields is like the 16th best quarterback in the NFL, they probably win the division.
Oh yeah,
Because the NFC South is a pile of steaming garbage.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
for sure.
And
And
if
yeah.
the Bears don't win their division, which guys, they're probably not because they'll have a rookie quarterback. And
Yo,
like,
Peter, my question is, you mentioned 8 wins as the number. Do you think 8 wins is actually the number? Because I think it's 10.
no, I'm saying let me put it this way. If they don't get 10 wins, the coach is fired. If they
Yeah.
don't get 8 wins, everybody wants to burn them at the stake.
Ah, got you. It's
Because
varying
Justin
degrees.
Fields has 7.
Yeah, got you. That's where that number came from. Now that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yes. I'm not saying I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's fair to put a rookie quarterback under that pressure.
Yeah.
But for where the Bears are, their trajectory, the opportunity cost of not trading that pick, which is what I think they 100% should do,
Yeah.
regardless, and try and get a 1 from a team that's ass next year so you can be in the quarterback market again. Like the way the Bears have traded the Bryce Young pick and could trade this one, I just would fucking do it, dude. I'm sorry. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And then if it didn't work out this year, then yeah, Fields is out of here, new coach, you can get it all done at the same time.
Yeah. Because they cleaned house with the offensive staff. The offensive coordinator's gone, the quarterback's coach is gone. So like, which I think is like the first domino to fall, because like we're very much not running it back anymore. So now I think they're probably like, gonna get a coaching staff that they think is aligned with Caleb. But then again, like now it's a fresh thing. It's a fresh start for everybody on the offense. Like everybody, the offensive linemen, you got to hope they match the scheme with the new guy. You got to hope that like they don't have to worry about guys like DJ Moore, but like, you know, now you have to figure the running back situation out because Herbert might not match the new scheme. It's just like they are starting fresh. They are going to have the opportunity to have a talented offense on paper because they should be able to add guys, but it just has to work, right? Like having talent is the first step. There's like a good 3-4 steps after that you have to do to actually become a good team on the field. And like you
definitely.
said, the pressure's on for them to execute those 3-4 steps.
No, and that's the thing. Like, if this doesn't work next year for Chicago,
Yeah.
whatever reason they missed the playoffs, the coach is fired.
Yep.
Whatever reason.
Yep.
If you're in a situation where you're looking at a coach who didn't come in with the quarterback and all this stuff, then I don't know. I don't like the timelines being off. Same thing happened with Fields.
Yeah.
When he was drafted, they had Nagy for a year, and then he got fired, and they look like they're about to do it again.
Same thing happened with Trubisky.
Yeah, like I don't think that is how I would do it. Like, again, I've said it. I wouldn't get rid of the quarterback because I don't think taking a 7 or 8 win football team with the assets to get better.
Yeah.
and seemingly obvious deficiencies in the team. I don't think tearing that down and starting again, considering you're in the NFC, it's not like you have to build a team to compete with a Patrick Mahomes team or a Lamar Jackson team or the Bills when Josh Allen's not throwing the ball to the other team or Joe Burrow when he can walk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, those are in the NFC. I just think you got to like find momentum at the right time and have a couple things bounce your way. Like, you could be there. Like, it sounds crazy, but like the Bears probably should have been in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the Packers are not that good. They're talented. They have great coaching, I will say.
Yeah.
They have young talent on offense, and they seem to have everything ironed out. Mm-hmm. But the gap between these wildcard teams and the Bears is not crazy, dude.
Yeah.
But if you're going to get rid of the quarterback, you might as well get rid of the head coach. I personally would keep both for a year.
Yeah.
I personally would keep both for one more year.
It's still a possibility. I think it's 60-40, 60 towards Caleb right now, but
I would trade, get a haul from somebody, like whether it's the Commanders or whether it's the Patriots.
I think it's going to be
I hate Sean McVay. What the hell is that running back doing? That shit's so funny. I don't know if you guys are about to watch this wide receiver screen, but they had a running back basically lining up immediately behind an offensive lineman and then serving as like a blocker on a wide receiver screen.
What the hell?
They just said, yo, be a tiny sixth offensive lineman. And he did it. And it worked. And they got the first down on 3rd and 8 on a wide receiver.
They were cooking.
Bro, I love that. Bro, they said, yo, 5.5 offensive linemen.
I don't know, man. I'm just not all in favor of tearing apart a 7-win team after you had 3 wins the year before.
A 7-win team that, like, went through a lot of random bullshit. Like, couple of degrees of separation away from being like easily a 9-win team.
I'll be honest.
Peter, you want to know a funny stat?
What's up?
So 3 games this year that we lost: Detroit, Cleveland.
This is such a funny stat.
We had in the fourth quarter, at a point in the fourth quarter, we had a 99% chance of winning them.
That has to be the record, right?
It is.
To trick off 99% chances in the fourth quarter.
So if you flip that, we're 10-7, and we're facing we're the.
Yo, hold up. If you guys are 10-7, does that bounce the Packers out of the playoffs?
Yes.
Oh, fuck that shit, bro. No, we needed the Packers.
No, but I'm saying even if you just flip 2 of those games, you're 9-8. You're having a completely different conversation about the season. Like, if we're gonna get wrapped up in record, we have to look at the L's too. Like, the Bears took 3 horrendous L's this year.
Mm-hmm.
1 I can see.
Yeah.
3 happening that way, I can't see it. I don't know. Like, so that's why to me it's like, do I love the coach? No. But I don't think it's so bad that the quarterback should be the only one leaving. I don't think it's so obviously him. I just don't.
It's definitely not.
No, it's definitely not, but I don't know.
But I would also be prepared, Chicago Bears fans, if Fields goes to a situation that's like somewhat stable and just plays like a middle-of-the-road quarterback on like a middle-of-the-road team and ends up like 8-9 or 9-8, and the Bears are not better than that.
Yeah,
that's going to be a problem within Chicago sports media.
Oh yeah,
Fields is
loved.
It just creates unfair pressure on the new quarterback.
Bro, there's gonna be unfair pressure on the new quarterback regardless if he does well or bad. Because, like, bro, you guys don't understand how people love Fields. Like, he's actually crazy. Even the media, everyone, fans, like, we want Fields. Like, the chants were crazy.
No, there will be unfair pressure if they get a new quarterback for next season. But if they ran it back for one more year, Murtaza, and it didn't work out, and they decided to part ways, I don't think anybody would be mad.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, at that point, you start with the blank slate. Hopefully you get an extra first rounder from this draft by trading the Caleb Williams pick in theory, right?
Right.
You get an extra first rounder, maybe an extra second. Use that capital to then trade up for a quarterback, essentially kicking the can down the road and really taking stock and seeing what you have.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a bad, like, I just don't see how that's a bad choice here. And I don't like that people are like, oh, you have to draft Caleb. He's this must-hit prospect. This, and that. Nothing could possibly go wrong. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think the most compelling part of what you're suggesting is that it actually, like, it's not a buy-in on Fields long term, because like you said, you could angle yourself to be back in the quarterback market in the draft next year. It's very much not like drafting Caleb is a long-term commitment to Caleb, right? But keeping Fields is not a long-term commitment to Fields. You actually have a lot of flexibility down one path and like none down the other. Like one path has to work, the other one actually doesn't have to work.
No. It's very simple.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get this. I don't get the national media fascination with, oh, you can't miss with Caleb. Obviously, this, and that, blah, blah, blah. If that's true, really see what's tabled in terms of offers for that number one pick.
And also, like, what I heard was that the Bears feel like they could get 3 first-round picks even if they trade back into the top 5. With a prospect like Caleb. So, like, again, you're trading back into drafting a great player. Like, I think, Murtaza, they're good at, they feel good about their left tackle, right?
Yeah.
Cool. You could go get like a really good edge rusher to put across Montez Sweat. Or if you wanted to, for some reason, let's say you don't love your left tackle, you could go probably get a 15-year starter at left tackle if you really wanted to. The trade, like, there's just so many different angles you could work at in terms of like the trade back.
Or you could get Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik.
Yeah, if you go to the right,
get an edge rusher, get a receiver. Like, and then you get all these first round picks in the future.
Yeah.
So when you want to draft a quarterback in 2025, Shedeur Sanders or whoever, right?
Yeah.
You have a team around them of like talent, and then you'll be able to wipe the entire coaching staff clean and start over.
Right.
And build it from the ground up with a decent roster.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't see. Maybe I'm too simplistic here. But like, I don't know, man. You have a coaching staff coaching for their jobs.
Yeah.
And you're gonna put this uber talented, allegedly uber talented quarterback prospect, dropping him in a situation where he has to win.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah. And like, again, right, focusing on the uber talented prospect, again, like Trevor Lawrence was very much can't miss in the same way. And again, I don't think a lot of people are thrilled with how his career has gone.
No, man, he's been high class mid.
Yep.
Bro, I want Malik Neighbors so bad. He's literally Odell, like when he came out.
Bro, people say that a lot. Like, I've heard that so much. And like, obviously playing at LSU helps, but like people really have been going to the well with that one.
Bro, he's actually insane. Like, he's like Odell, but like more Diggsy. Like, he's got a little bit of Stephon Diggs in him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, the yards after catch is crazy.
The receiver class is insane again. It's beginning to be a funny position where there's just like a lot of talent there. And at the same time, like, ultimately it's still a quarterback league. But like, if you look at a team like the Ravens, like, we have Odell and Zay Flowers, and those weren't particularly hard players to get. And that's also enough. Like, like, it's enough to have a very, very good offense. Mm-hmm. Like, having the superstar receivers is awesome, right? But there's a lot of teams with better receivers that don't have a better offense than the Ravens because it's still a quarterback's league. But like, we're getting to a point where there's just so many receivers out there.
Yeah, like Bateman is a number 3 receiver now, and he just will be.
Which, like, he's fallen into a role where like you could have been unhappy with him as a prospect before this, but like as a wide receiver 3, like, I don't really think you can complain much.
I don't know, man. Having a 6'2" receiver who can run across the middle and catch the ball as a number 3 is okay with
Who's
me.
also the number 4 in your passing game as well, because Mark Andrews is a thing when he's healthy, right?
That's
But
true.
even Isaiah Likely is 6'2".
No, yeah, like they have Andrews, they have Likely, they've got Flowers, you've got Bateman as the number 3.
Yeah.
Whatever happens with Odell, whether he extends or not, and he's probably going to want to go get his money after this year.
Yeah.
On like a longer deal. Because I actually think Odell's had a very good year. Like I know the numbers don't look great.
Yeah.
But just in terms of how much having somebody like Odell on the field opens up the field for other guys,
Yeah.
I think it's worth it.
Also, that's not the offense where like I feel like it would honestly something would be going wrong if Odell had 1,500 yards with that offense, because like I think that offense is built for like it's built for Gus Edwards to get 20 carries before Odell gets 1,500 in a year. You know, like Odell's purpose is to like give you a solid 1,000, and other parts of the offense are gonna like do more of the carrying. That's just how that offense is built. Like, yeah. So I just don't think the stats should be held against him. I think he has a role. He's doing his role pretty well. And yeah, they have an offense where they have a lot of different guys that can get you. And once they get some points on the board, they're just running the ball up the middle.
And there's nothing.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I also wouldn't be mad at replacing Odell with like a bigger receiver.
Yeah.
And just having Flowers kind of be more of like a speed guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be upset at that, but
yeah,
with Likely's going to get more snaps even with Andrews back on the field.
Yep.
They're going to have to get him more snaps.
He's too good.
They might use him the same way they use like fucking Dennis Pitta and Ed Dixon when we won the last Super Bowl.
Damn, heritage.
Where he's like on the field a lot, and you're just like, why is this guy here? Like, oh, he can run routes. He's tall. He's got good hands. Why not? You know, I don't know.
You guys could draft a receiver probably if you want a big body receiver.
Yeah, we could, but like low key, we don't really draft receivers great. We drafted Boykin, Bateman, and Duvernay before we got to Flowers.
Flowers is really good, man.
No, he is really good. And the other
they
guys
very much like they did some volume shooting at drafting that position to end up with Flowers.
Yeah.
Like, eventually, you'll hit.
And I also think like with the kind of offense we run now, that's not the Greg Roman thing. Like,
yeah,
receivers will want to come here and play.
Yeah.
So, like, if we can sign veteran receivers on short deals that like make sense, because Odell's on like 1 year, like 19 mil.
Right.
If we get somebody for like 2 years, 30 or something like that, something that makes sense, then we don't have to worry about drafting receivers for a while. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, what's going on, Eddie?
Hey, man, it's always a good day when the Cowboys get fucking dog walked in their own building, man.
Bro.
Good.
Hey, first 2 seed to lose on Wildcard Weekend in the history of the world. Well, the world's been here for a long time. A 2 seed is never lost in the Wildcard round.
It's crazy. Shout out all my dogs in here, too. You feel me? But, yeah, this is...
Bro, I think this is the 3rd time they showed Eminem at the game.
Oh, he actually stepped outside?
Bro, facts. They keep showing Calvin Johnson, Barry Sanders, and Eminem. Like, Detroit's like, bro, we got 3 guys to show you.
That's about it, yeah.
Bro,
now the shot of Mom's spaghetti
in front of the whole world like this, man. But they probably will.
Man, I don't know. I don't know what I think would be funnier, if Stafford leads the game-winning drive or if Carson Wentz does.
Oh, Bizarre's in the building too.
Oh,
that's
shit.
crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, D12 at the halftime show. Let's do it.
D12 shout out proof every time. That's crazy. I
Eddie,
think they were like the first one I went on. Like, I think it was either LimeWire. I think they were like the first videos. Like my band was like the first video I illegally download off that joint.
Man, memories,
dog. But yeah, I think it's shaping up. I don't know. It depends on what Pittsburgh, what type of Buffalo team shows up tomorrow.
Nah, it's about what type of Josh Allen shows up. Is he gonna turn it over 4 times or not?
Yeah. Oh, no, TJ Watt. They should be straight. Never mind. I forgot about that. Yeah, it should be straight.
We'll also see what the weather's saying, because like it has to get real bad in Buffalo for them to not play that game, and it did get real bad, but it still might be bad.
No, it was like 50, 60 mile an hour winds.
Yo,
Hey,
And
yo.
it was snowing at the same time.
Let me call my brother, make sure, because my brother stay up there in New York. I got to see what he going
Oh yeah,
through. Right
the governor in New York saying the wind should calm down in the area tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Okay.
They said it'll be cold, but they'll be able to play.
Yeah, the governor of Missouri said, "Yeah, if he dies, he dies."
Hell yeah.
Well, bro, it was just cold. The reason the Buffalo game got
Was the winds.
rescheduled is because due to the winds
Yeah,
and due to all of the emergency services you would need at a football game.
yeah,
It's just like logistically, it's not safe if people need to actually move and go anywhere.
yeah,
Mm.
That's why, and they'd be on the hook for a whole bunch of. They'd be on the hook for a whole bunch of like legal fees if something bad happened and they couldn't get people to like, you know what I mean?
yeah. If emergency
Okay.
services couldn't work, yeah,
That's why it got rescheduled. It's not because they care about like health and safety for the sake of being altruistic. They're covering
makes
their own ass.
that makes sense.
You ain't gonna drive somebody who's having a fucking like overdose reaction through like 6 feet of snow to get to the hospital when your fucking truck is fake inside. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's a whole bunch of bad.
Oh.
it was also like
speaking of
blackout
that
visibility.
shit, do you know, in my county, because that OD shit is getting out of control, they're starting to send people Narcan.
That's wild.
Just as a fucking, just like on the county, like everybody gets some through like the mail. It's
Narcan
crazy,
on the
bro.
house.
Yeah, bro. It's fucking wild out here right now.
Damn,
Listen,
That
8
shit-
minutes left in this game. It's going fast.
for real, for real. Big up Shakar. Everybody go follow Shik TV.
Shakar, what up though?
Can I just ask a question?
Let's go.
Mm.
Like, because I've been thinking about this, right? With
Yeah.
the Bills game getting postponed,
Yeah,
really threw a monkey wrench in the scheduling
big time.
because the AFC games were supposed to be done by 1 o'clock today.
Yeah,
So the next round of the AFC playoffs was supposed to be determined already.
right.
If Pittsburgh wins, they have to play Baltimore.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh would be looking at Monday turning around to Sunday.
yeah,
My question would be, who the fuck is playing on Saturday? Because it's going to be 2 games and then 2 games, right?
yeah,
We
Oh,
know that
shit.
Niners-Packers is going to be on Saturday.
yeah,
Yeah.
We know it is because that's the only concrete matchup we have. That's
Yeah.
got to be on Saturday
They got to go Sunday to Saturday because the Eagles or Bucks have to play on Sunday.
because they play on Monday, right?
Yep, yep.
So then you would have, if the Steelers won, you'd have Steelers-Ravens on Sunday,
Yeah,
and then Eagles versus whoever also on Sunday, right?
yeah,
So then Chiefs-Bills would just have to be on Saturday, but they also play on, or no, not Chiefs-Bills. Chiefs-Texans would have to be on the Saturday.
right.
Yeah, like I'm thinking about it. Like the NFL low-key praying that
Jared, what the
Bills
fuck
win.
is you doing, bro?
Hey, they're crumbling. They're actually crumbling.
He's doing Jared Goff things, man.
Oh, that Taza.
What's
Yeah,
up, man?
he's back. He's back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to Taza. Happy New Year, Playboy.
Yo, that was a pretty quick 3 and out. I was barely done with my question. What the hell?
Nah, I think it's fucked. Like you laid it out perfectly though. Like the logistics are all fucked.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
I'm thinking about watching a 1:30 playoff game on a MLK holiday. That's fucked.
And then I was listening to a podcast like, oh, should we just do 2 games on the Monday? Like MLK Day, Wildcard
Yeah.
Weekend? I'm like, bruh, no. Do 3 games, leave MLK Day alone, but they're never going to give up this Monday Night Football playoff slot.
Yo,
I think it's tremendously unfair.
Imagine the last one being a fucking Buccaneers versus Eagles matchup too.
bro, 2 injured quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield can barely move. Jalen Hurts hasn't thrown a ball yet this week in practice, bro. It's hell. That game is about to be hell.
Oh yeah, no AJ Brown either.
Facts.
Hey, man. What we really need is the Rams to win and the Eagles to win to see this legendary 5-6 round 2
Hey,
matchup.
Eagles hosting a divisional round game as the 5 seed, bro. This is heritage.
This is what we need.
Yeah, because of what the Packers did, the Eagles might be the first 5 seed to host a divisional round game. Bro, this is history in the making, people.
I hear you, but I don't think it's safe to have a Rams-Niners playoff NFC championship game. I'm just being real.
Oh, it's absolutely not going to happen, brother. It's going to be Packers
Bro,
Eagles.
here's the thing, right?
I
Oh my,
believe.
oh my God. Hey, Jordan Love returns to Philly where he played his first snaps.
Nothing like a 7-5 NFC championship, huh?
I don't want to say it, but it has to be said. If it goes Rams-Niners NFC championship, somebody's visiting the hospital and they're not on the field.
Oh, 100%.
If you catch by like somebody's going to the
100%.
ICU, bro.
100%. Bro, here's the thing, right? Let's say the Rams win this game, right? Stafford got fucked up in this game, right? Now let's say they go beat the Eagles. 100%, there's, definitely could beat the Eagles. But in the process, right, he'll probably get fucked up in Philly too. So Stafford will be limping into the Bay. And I don't know, Brock Purdy, NFC Championship games, he might get hurt too. All I'm saying is we might see a lot of wild shit down the stretch.
I'm not talking about the players.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying all around, fans, players, it might be ugly in that NFC Championship game.
Man, oof. Oh yeah, I just pray that the Lions get it done.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
We do, dog. Look, I've been to one too many. Even at Levi, that shit get cracking. It was Qatar versus Mexico and somebody got stabbed up. It makes no sense.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, bro. Qatar versus Mexico. That's when I knew. I was like, you motherfuckers is different out here because not only were they smoking Newports in the stadium, I'm trying to figure out how y'all got these in here. But y'all got a knife in this bitch too? Now that I think about it, I bet you a couple of them motherfuckers had knives on them.
Oh yeah. Nah, you've seen the clip of the security guy? Some of them are like that, just waving their hands, just waving their hands.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Eddie, you think Harbaugh's going to the Raiders?
I hope not. I generally hope not. He might as well just keep Antonio there, get him a quarterback, and see what happens. At least we'll have some vibes.
Bro, Puka is going crazy.
I have a hot take.
What's that?
John Harbaugh to the Dolphins.
Jim Harbaugh?
It could happen.
Whatever Harbaugh's available. My bad. I got him mixed up all the
to
time.
the Dolphins.
It could happen.
Yo,
Michigan connection.
That'd be funny. I think that coach's career going bad. It's just funny to me because of how he is.
Also, we need to issue a collective "I see you, nigga" to Cam Newton.
Hey, for real.
This is why high key I need Jared Goff to lose this game.
For real. Yeah. Nah, the Cam agenda, very pro. This is a very pro Cam YouTube channel.
Yes.
He was cooking.
I don't like how people just tried to attack Cam for that take and didn't address what he said.
He's not. Also, forget what he said, right? People should be focusing on what he said, but also that guy is an MVP in the mold of a superstar quarterback. He was his team's offense, right? If there's anyone that should be able to point at quarterbacks and say, "Yo, that guy doesn't do shit," it should be the guy that did everything because he did everything. He's allowed to be wrong if you think he's wrong. Even if you think he's wrong, you should be like, you know what? That's Cam.
And to be clear,
they treat him with no respect.
To be clear, I like Goff. I like Tua.
Yeah.
I like Purdy. Cool stories.
Oh.
Cool little players. But I don't know, man. People get so into numbers with discussions.
Yeah.
But not even oh my God, that poor guy.
Brother, when you catch the replay, don't look at that guy's knee.
Yeah.
When you catch the replay, do not look at that man's knee.
That makes me want to look at his knee.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Fucking Gardner Johnson ain't shit, bro.
Best it wasn't even him. I thought it was him too. That looked
it's the Lions, bro. They're just dirty, bro.
Bro, that's Gardner Johnson's influence. Bro. That's his influence.
Bro, they're just dirty.
Was that not him?
Nah, it was 31.
It's Kirby Joseph, the fucking asshole.
That's crazy.
Bro, these guys, the Lions defense
Yo,
stinks. Like, they're
Matthew
not even
Stat
good.
Padford is amazing.
Hey man, Stat Padford, we need you. Also, like, he does have a Super Bowl. Low key, one of the stinkiest performances by a quarterback in a Super Bowl,
Facts.
but he has one.
Yeah.
He had a drive.
Yeah, but I watched that Super Bowl back actually last week.
It
Some of
wasn't. It
that shit
wasn't.
was so frustrating, man.
Stafford was.
No, yeah, like, just that whole game, like fucking Burrow has a chance, goes 3 and out. Stafford has a chance, goes 3 and out. But if you just listen to national media talk about these guys, it's like they're Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, the Bengals actually played like complete shit until the T. Higgins touchdown, which like very easily couldn't have been a touchdown.
Hey man, one day we will address the Bengals like fortuitiveness.
Dog.
Fortuitous, that's the word. Fortuitous
Yeah.
playoff 2-year run they had. We will talk about it one day.
Bro, Stafford.
Bro, if Tyler Huntley was just a little bit taller.
No
Man.
facts. Low key, they need to accept this penalty if it's a hold,
Facts.
because you can make it from there.
But also, real quick, just to go back to the Cam shit. Also, I also don't think people should like be overly emotional about calling quarterbacks like system quarterbacks or game managers or whatever, because like
No,
that's a tier of quarterback that is still effective and you're able to win games with. And like there's only a handful of superstars, and saying somebody isn't a superstar is not a bad thing. Like, because we're basically saying you're not top 3. And that should not be considered an insult. Like if he got up there and said these guys are trash, like fair enough, say what you want to say, right? But like the guy did not say that.
Yeah,
No, of
it's
course.
weird. It's weird for me because it's like the greatest thing I ever heard about like sports media is the difference between an analyst and a guy like myself is an analyst gets paid for saying the same shit. Like,
Yep.
especially like but the thing is, I think we're self-aware enough to know that like we wouldn't know the intricacies of the game compared to i.e. Cam Newton.
Yeah.
And some of them dudes who talk like just can't get their ego out of the way to understand that concept.
Yeah.
But it's so easy to like, if you watch Jared Goff, you understand he only looked good because Sean McVay made him look good.
Yeah.
And then he has a great offensive coordinator now with a great offensive line and great weapons.
Yeah.
He's a part of it.
Yeah.
There's a clear distinction between him and a Lamar, Brock Purdy and a Lamar, Tua and a Lamar, like even the Patrick Mahomes. Like there's something special about those guys that's just fucking glaringly obvious that the other guys don't have.
They can win on script, and they can win when things break down.
So I think I found the words for it during the stream yesterday, but there's certain quarterbacks that will not get in the way of an offense that's working, but will also not make plays for you when an offense isn't working. And that's those guys.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not going to get in the way of your offense when it's cooking. But when their offense isn't cooking, they're not going to do shit for you on your own. That's a class of quarterback that, again, because they're not getting in the way of winning when things are going well, that still qualifies them as good players that deserve jobs and they deserve to play and all that. Like, but bro, they're just not those guys. Like Lamar has had to endure some awful receivers and was still able to put together like elite seasons in the midst of that, right?
Ooh,
Patrick Mahomes just won a playoff game with some of the worst receivers I've ever seen on a playoff team. Like these quarterbacks just couldn't do that.
Yeah, not at all. Let me see this.
Oh,
they missed
most
that
of the
call.
league.
They missed that call. It's hard to see, I guess.
I don't think it was the defenseless receiver hit on the replay. Like
No, I was thinking about the grab.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely grabbed him.
Yeah.
But if you hold every play, they ain't gonna call it every play.
Yep.
That's a bar.
That's what the Ravens do.
Yeah, there's also a bunch of basketball teams that defend like that. Like, you know, just if you foul enough, They can't call it all of it.
Yeah, of course not. You just play the percentages.
Shout out the Knicks.
Just fucking haram basketball the New York Knicks be playing.
But yeah.
So what, the Lions need 2 first downs here and it's a wrap?
How many timeouts do the Rams have?
1, but it's 4 minutes left.
Sheesh. Okay. Yeah, probably.
Let's see, man. Jared Goff got it done. This has been finally we have a good game though.
Oh yeah. We've
That's
had
really nice.
blowouts only so far.
But like hilarious blowouts also.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't
Like-
really mind.
Blowouts that lead to. I think every game came with a certain amount of slander, which is
Oh
good.
yeah.
Like I'm not a fan that particularly dislikes the Dolphins or anything, but I feel like if you do, that game was so satisfying. Also, people are like, the conversation about Tua is basically like he's that team's Jared Goff and they need to find the upgrade. But also like,
How?
bro, I don't know if they're actually in that position. I actually think he needs to fail quite a bit more to even get to the position where you like pivot to another quarterback. It's way too early.
They're about to extend him.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I would just let him play on his 5th-year option, but that's not a thing that NFL teams do.
They're way too like, they would say it's risk averse. I just think it's stupid, but like that's how they look at it. They look at it like risk aversion.
I mean,
Where the irony is that like handing a guy $200 million is a huge risk, but
yeah,
like
so
go
what?
ahead.
You play him on his 5th-year option, he gets hurt. Guess what? He's not your quarterback anymore.
Here's
Fuck
the
it.
thing. I would much rather a player ball out in their 5th year and then have to overpay them a bit than paying a guy before the 5th year and praying to God they're actually good.
Like, I'm not saying I want every quarterback to play on a 5th-year option, but like
Yeah.
Tua in the Dolphins position, sorry, nigga.
Yo, Daniel
he
Jones.
gotta do it. He gotta prove it. He gotta prove it.
Yeah.
Like Daniel
Tua
Jones
gotta
should have
prove
played
it.
on a franchise tag.
Is this nigga Murtaza asleep?
Is he?
Murtaza, you there?
Oh, this man is. Oh, geez, what the hell? That man is slumped over.
Hey, big
Get
up
him out of
Murtaza.
here.
Yeah.
He said he just landed like 3-4 hours ago, so I get it. But I also,
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
about the time. This is about the time the international flight gonna kick
Bro.
your ass.
that was some serious snoring too. Like that guy, that's REM sleep right there.
Yeah.
Yep. We already know, baby. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think the Dolphins are about to enter purgatory. Because they're gonna give it one more year. They're not gonna win the division. They're gonna lose in the playoffs in round 1 again.
David Montgomery, 1 first down in the bag.
Damn.
See,
Why actually do
I
this?
wonder if this Lions play caller can resist putting like a 6th offensive lineman on the field because he likes doing that shit for big moments. Like I remember they iced the game. Like I think it was week 16 or something last year. They threw it to the flat to an offensive lineman. They tried to win the game against the Cowboys throwing to an offensive lineman. Like
Oh, you gotta sit down, bro. You can't. Well, fuck you over. He's not even that kind of running back to get.
for real. Like
That's crazy.
he went to try to like stop him from getting to the sidelines. Like that's Alvin Kamara.
Man, it's like, yo, like you always bring your legs, fam. You just out here diving and shit. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
Can't be getting cooked by David Montgomery, man. We can't
for
be-
real.
Not on a path like that.
Yeah.
Play was right in front of you.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think they'll close it out.
Yeah. You would think. but you
Again,
never know.
I just feel like this is the kind of game where the throwing to an offensive lineman in a big moment thing doesn't work. I mean, like it
Why
didn't
are they
work
not
against
using
Dallas.
their timeout, LA?
So I don't know if this is actually the strategy, but I think the only thing
They're
here
trying
would
to
be like
entice them to throw it on 3rd down, maybe?
kind of just actually enticing them to have to run because they know there's a timeout they have to waste, kind of a thing, right? Like
Yeah.
if you catch them in like in their kind of if they just decide they want to throw the ball to win this game, there's a bigger risk in it not working because the other team has a timeout type shit.
That's true, I guess.
I guess. But also it's just like I just feel like we're getting to the point where like mind games it's a little too far. Like we're talking about like very deep hypotheticals here. I don't know. Just call the timeout.
I would have thought. But whatever. Maybe like they'll call it after second down. Lions will think, hey, one play and we win.
Yeah.
But we risk giving them like 30 extra seconds.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I guess also, I don't know. Like in the event that you get a turnover, maybe now I don't know.
I know Aaron Rodgers punching the air right now with this Pfizer commercial going on. TV.
Damn. Oh, 100%. Hey, I don't know, Eddie, if you heard this, but I heard Jordan Poyer said that he went to Costa Rica and did ayahuasca as well. But there's a pocket of NFL players that are trying to do the same shit. What a hilarious trend.
With Poyer, I've seen enough stories to understand that's not outside the realm of possibility.
I haven't seen any, so that's funny. I guess he's one of those guys.
Yeah, his wife be talking mad shit about all that. She pretty much the female Aaron Rodgers with the shit that she's talking.
Gotcha.
So it's funny because there's this website I go on to that is hella funny. This dude writes hella funny captions on. It's called Black Sports Online.
Oh, I've stumbled into that.
That shit is so funny, and she be going on, and so yeah, that doesn't shock me. That doesn't shock me not one bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I had a question, by the way. I think the coach that's going to take the Panthers job is a coach that is in the bag chasing part of their career with like slightly like no fucks given about what happens with the job that they take. And like, I'm trying to wonder who is the guy? Because if Bill Belichick takes that job for like $25 million a year, I actually think the Panthers become must-watch TV.
Bill Belichick.
That's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to throw that bag at him. Have y'all seen Oppenheimer?
No. Once I heard there were fucking bitches in that movie, I'm like, aren't they making nukes? Why are they fucking bitches?
Hey, bro, it is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my fucking life. It confirmed what I already knew about some of the smartest people in the world.
Is that their wild boys?
They can't read
game over. They did it.
Fucking room at all. They just can't. They can build you some shit that's monumental, but they can't read the fucking room.
Oh, 100%.
Won, dude.
Yep, that's game.
And
so the Lions are going to host the winner of Eagles-Bucks. This game is over. They won a playoff game. Stafford came through. Like the story of Matthew Stafford at Ford Field. Show up, hoop a little bit, get smacked, get hurt, and lose the game.
But if you're the corner, if you're the fucking corner, I can't for the life of me understand why you'd allow him to get that in-breaking route off, knowing that it's fucking Jared Goff.
Yeah.
The brother cannot throw to the sideline, but listen, all right, you deserve to lose. You deserve to lose.
Yo, they're crying in the stands, bro.
The Lions fans?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Dude, do you think they know they have another home playoff game coming?
I don't think it matters to them right now. I think like
the fuck.
Yo, I think there's gonna be bars that put banners up over this.
Oh, absolutely. Jared Goff beats his old team. Lions get their first playoff win since '91.
For real. Yo, is Cooper Kupp cooked?
Grown ass men, the tears, bro. The tears. I think maybe that's the alcohol talking to him. I hope it is.
Oh, 100%.
I hope it is.
Bro, they actually did it. That's crazy.
Respect.
They actually did it.
Respect.
I mean, hey, they're a division winner that won a wild card game. Not everybody can say that. Shout out to them.
All right. So we might have Detroit Lions, AFC or NFC divisional round host.
So I have a question. How much more do you think Dan Campbell has to do to get a statue in Detroit? I don't actually think he's that far off.
Win one more playoff game.
Yeah, I think 2 playoff games probably gets it done.
He
Because they'd
fifth.
win the NFC Championship, and then at that point, it wouldn't matter if they lost by 48. Like, let's be honest. The Lions hosting an NFC divisional round game is insane.
It's hilarious.
It's probably going to happen. Well, it's
Bro,
definitely gonna
imagine if they
happen.
host Baker Mayfield, who has even more injuries.
Bro, oh my God. Yeah, so that game's got to be on Sunday.
Yep.
Next Sunday, because they're playing tomorrow night.
Yep.
And whoever wins that game has to then travel to Detroit.
Yep.
So we know one game on the Sunday. We know one game for sure that's going to be on the Saturday. And the other one, we're pretty sure it's going to be on the Sunday.
Oh my God, bro. If the Eagles win the game, they're just going to talk about Patricia going back to Detroit. Oh my God. That's disgusting.
God damn.
Yo, Amon-Ra has blue hair.
Yeah.
Good for him, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, Buffalo should win tomorrow. That's a day off for you guys?
Yeah, I'm okay today, brother.
It's not a day off for us, so probably at the end of my workday when I don't have shit to do, I'm going to try to turn that game on. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do any watch-alongs tomorrow. I think I'm going to just chill. Probably something midweek to talk about the games. But if not, we'll be back next week. I think all the games next week are worth streaming, so I might do all of them. But life might get in the way, people. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in. Shout out to everybody who's going to watch this on replay. Regardless of how you watch it, you're appreciated. If you want to support what we do here, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. The content is free, but I accept payment in the form of engagement. Make sure you guys run those numbers up, and we're out.
Peace.